Hi. It's been a long week. Welcome back to, what is this, episode 4?
I think so.
None of us can count, so
Episode 5 for ValorBound.
Episode.
we
I had to come up with another name
Somewhere
in a different language for 3 last time, so this is 4.
This has to be 4, yeah.
Like
we only got to 4 episodes before we forgot.
4 got.
I can already tell this is going to be hell, Dad.
I can say,
Just
Tom,
don't
I
look this way
noticed a
wrong.
couple extra
Condom
cups on the calendar.
All right, well, I'm your host, Sean, the DM. These are your adventures. Say hi, adventurers.
Hi, adventurers.
Hi.
Welcome back to
Bitches.
ValorBound. Let's talk about what happened last episode.
I got sad.
Multiple
Great
people
question.
got sad at the end, thanks to me.
I almost died to sand.
Ron Haran almost died. to
Tom almost
sand.
died.
Tom almost died under the table.
Yeah.
Ron Haran almost died to quicksand. Basically, the premise is, if you missed last episode, go back and watch it. But we basically were trying to get through some woods. The party had the option to take a nice path to what presumably would lead to a city, or to cut directly through woods, and, well, they decided to cut directly through the woods, leading to various adventures that we're still on currently.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
We're gonna leave
You
so
knew we were gonna pick
soon.
the
I did. Okay, so here's a little DM sauce for you. I told Tom this in confidence the other day, but I thought it was so funny I had to tell you. I was like, okay, first of all, I didn't write anything for the road because I knew you weren't gonna take it. like I was like, the second they saw the road, and they're like, but then they have a compass and there's woods. They're going through the woods.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D players when offered a direct path forward to their location. Like,
No.
It was so. I was like, I wrote nothing for it. It was just straight woods only, baby.
Straight
We
paths
all
are
know
tricks.
that road was a mimic.
yeah.
I don't trust that, son.
That's right.
God damn it. But yeah, so we'll pick up right where we left off. So basically, what happened was they were going through the woods. They crossed a river, right? You guys made a team effort to cross the river where somebody almost drowned. Who almost drowned?
Ron.
Ron almost drowned in the river.
This guy.
Car swam through the river. You flew over the river. You teleported over the river. The crazy shit over a river.
I looked like Ron.
Yeah, you look like Ron. That was pretty cool. You got to the other side of the river. There was a squirrel that pestered one of you. That using Eldritch Blast. That was pretty cool. Blast squirrels are a thing.
Not cool.
Taking some force damage from a squirrel feels good.
Just a little gay.
And then you found a cabin in the woods. And one of you decided to stealth up to it and look inside, saw something shiny, went in.
Came back sad.
Well, technically, you were still in. We
That's true,
ended.
I'm still inside.
We ended with Licks in this cabin in the woods, this decrepit cabin with paintings on the walls of the forest around. The paintings are all of the forest with a little dragonborn child in all the paintings, and you read this diary that you found on the floor of a older dragonborn deciding to take fate into his own hands to make the passing of himself and his daughter easier. So you were reading his final entries in that diary, and you found also a wooden and metal train toy, but you don't know what a train is, so I had to try to describe what a train was without just saying fucking train. Which, I don't know, it's like it's like trying to describe blue without ever seeing blue. Can't do it.
Color?
Yeah.
That one color.
That one you ever seen? It's like green.
It's like green, but it's like not.
More accessible. No, but see, you were. Let's take it from there. Fading back, you were in this cabin. You just read this last entry. To remind you of the cabin, it is a 3-room cabin, or sorry, 2-room cabin. You're in the main room, which has the living room, a fireplace. All of the paintings on the walls, broken, dismantled furniture, a dining room table, a kitchen, and then there's a closed door, presumably leading to another room as well. And we pick up from there with Licks standing in this room reading this diary in the dark, light streaming through the window.
I think he's going to just kind of like gently set the diary down and like look at the object in his hands, the train that he doesn't know is a train. And I think he's just gonna start crying.
Is it loud? Are you crying audibly? Like,
I don't.
You roll for this. You can tell me how Lick's crying.
I don't think it's. I think it's like a very silent tears. Just they're just like kind of like endlessly streaming down his face, but he's not really making any noise.
How long has Lick's been in this building?
I feel like I've been in there for a second.
It wasn't quite a few entries, so I'm just gonna roll a d10. You've been in there, let's say about 8 minutes.
Okay.
At this point, so it's been 8 minutes of you from the outside the forest. You guys saw Lix open this door really slowly and stealthily sneak in, and then you might have seen a flash in the window for a second of them moving past, but then you haven't seen or heard anything else. What are you guys doing outside the house? Cabin in the woods.
Resting.
You just lying on the ground?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm enjoying that I am still able to fly even after being buried alive.
you might be cleaning chunks of wet sand off your nice clothes, you know.
Yeah, I'm taking off my boots and just emptying out a whole bunch of sand.
I did use Druidcraft beforehand to rinse us off last episode. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Rinse us off. Still does not get all the sand out.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the
I'm
beach.
taking my backpack like when you go to the beach. And you're just like
this
shit has been in here for 3 fucking years. Like
that's you could probably hear that outside. You just hear like
Yeah.
Roderick be like, "Why is there sand all over me?" And what do you do?
You're gonna get on me.
Well, first, I'm just imagining out of the cartoon when they take the boot off and just an unreasonable amount of sand pours out.
Like a crab.
I like the extreme variation of what's happening outside and what's happening inside.
Real dynamic. You're really setting the mood here, guys.
Oh yeah.
Reality of D&D.
Kara's probably just walking around, like, not like doing yard work, but picking up like pieces of things, just killing some time.
Yeah, you can give me a perception check to see if you see like another because you're walking around, maybe a good lay of the land, maybe you see something. Who knows?
19.
Yeah, so you got a full picture of every path surrounding this, every game trail, every tree. If anything looks odd, nothing really looks odd. It just looks like an overgrown property, essentially. But you do see a game trail leading more towards I said you were going west. So yeah, you're headed towards the west, which is the direction you know that you're going to be going. There is a small game trail heading that way.
Cool.
And we'll flash back into the house.
Right. I think Lix kind of feels like it's wrong to kind of keep encroaching on this space after all the sad things that have happened in here. So he's going to take the toy, put it in his pocket, and he's gonna walk back outside.
Okay, so after it's been probably 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
Lix, is it obvious you've been crying?
I think it's very obvious I've been crying. I think the
not.
tears are still just kind of pouring down.
Lix, obviously emotional, walks out the front door of this cabin where they entered 10 minutes before. Do you close the door behind you as you walk out?
Yeah, I do.
Softly closes the door behind them and regroups with you guys. And again, you have no idea what happened in this cabin.
Lix, you okay?
Not really.
He found a ghost. You went into a haunted house and you found a ghost, didn't you?
There was a ghost in a way,
Well,
but not quite physical.
there aren't ruins of things that go right. Keep that in mind in the future.
You went in there looking for something. Did you find it?
I found something. I don't know if it was what I wanted to look for.
Okay.
there's still goddamn sand in my fucking backpack. Fucking damn it.
If you keep shaking it, it's just gonna keep getting back on your things!
Pocket sand.
Beating your backpack against the tree. Just
Maybe we could go
I'm
rinse
gonna-
off your things later.
I'm gonna use a Druidcraft cantrip to try to send a strong gust of wind at Ron so he fucking stops with the sand.
I think it says in the Druidcraft spell rules is written it's a light breeze.
Excuse me, yes, a light breeze. Excuse me. A fart of wind at the giant loud man, please.
Yeah, it rustles your I don't know what you're wearing.
Your
but it rustles
jimmies?
it.
3 pieces of sand fall off.
Myself up a bit more.
More sand.
Sand is eternal.
Well, I don't suppose we should stay here much longer. There's a game trail heading exactly the direction we need to go from here, so we should head out.
At this point, it is pretty much getting to be like 1 p.m. You'd say, like early afternoon-ish. I don't remember what I said last session, so I'm just assuming it's early afternoon. That sounds right. If I'm wrong, fuck Passion.
It only took a couple of minutes for Ron Haran to almost die.
Yeah. So it's probably around 1 p.m. right now. So what would you guys like to do?
Head down that game trail.
Yeah, Kara seems to know where to go, so.
Yeah, Kara, I'm going to
Well,
have you
follow
make
her,
whatever check you want to lead. How are you leading the way?
Um,
You're going to get advantage because you had that 19 on perception, which
Yeah.
is crazy. So.
just gonna be walking the way, kind of breaking off sticks that are in the way, making the path easier behind.
Okay. You're in a more manageable path.
Yeah. It'd be an 8 for 8 for survival, and you said advantage.
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
18.
Yeah. So you're doing a great job. This path is well trodden compared to this. This looks a lot easier to understand than the thick brush that you had to get through before. Like I said before, you were going directly through the woods because the original path had washed out. So this looks like a more manageable. Like people have been through here recently kind of path instead of complete and utter woods. So yeah, you're getting through just fine. And you actually find your way to what looks to be a regular path after about a half an hour of walking.
Well, I think I'm tired of walking through the woods. I'd like to follow this path for a little while. Does it proceed in about the same direction?
Yeah. It basically, you come out of the woods, and then the path goes, starts and keeps going.
I think we could use a break from sand.
Yeah.
The path is sand.
God damn it!
Living shit. So yeah,
It's a mimic.
you're gonna continue down that path then?
Yep.
Awesome. So you guys walk down that path. Are you guys talking about anything? Are you honestly just downtrodden? You're like, obviously Lix is not doing very well, but how are the rest of you?
Yeah,
Breathing heavily.
Are you not used to physical exercise, Eon?
Eon may or may not be in pain right now.
Do you have a cardiovascular system to get tired?
Oh yeah, you fell, didn't you, last session?
I have
You took a bunch
like
of
2
fall
hit
damage.
points because Tom knocked a tree on
You
me.
just look fucked
Those
up right
trees were
now.
weak, okay? They couldn't handle me.
Yeah, I know.
Anyone who is skilled in either perception or medicine would notice at this point that Eon is not looking good.
But Eon's not gonna say
I do
anything.
have skill in medicine.
Cool. Then
Oh,
you
so
would
that's-
you kind of, after you get to the path, you turn around. You're like, should we continue? And you look around and you lock eyes with Eon, making that noise.
Eon, are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything hurts. Why do I hurt?
You took a pretty
did
hard fall.
Yeah, you did fall out of a tree. Do you want some help?
Falling. Yes.
When you're up one place and then you go down to another place, but not
Then-
very gently.
And then the ground is right there, and
you just kind
the
of hit
ground
it.
hits you, and it hurts. You hurt, right?
Yes.
The pain doesn't feel good.
Would you like some help to make the pain go away?
Yes.
I would also like to take a moment, because I know we do have some newer players, to remind people that we do have such things as short and long rests as well. So
I'd be down to take a short rest.
short rest is an hour.
Yeah.
If you guys wait, it's just basically you just chill for an hour, have a little sit,
Little snack.
little snack, and then I don't know how many
Gets-
points you can gain hit points back, but
I think you can.
it's
one hit dice, I think, or
You can choose how many hit
choose
dice.
how
Your
many
hit dice are limited by your level, so I think we have
Yeah.
up to 2 hit dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
you
then-
get your hit dice back on a long rest.
Yeah, you get. There's a set number, so you don't get all of them back. Yeah, it's like
yeah. I'm just trying to figure. I don't know why they wouldn't put healing on the fucking DM screen. That
it's
feels
like
like it
half
should be.
rounded down or
normal
something.
thing, right?
But it's just your hit dice is whatever. Mine's like 2d6.
Yeah, I'll just pull it up real quick. I believe you, but I just
Imagine taking damage.
you took emotional damage.
You know what? Psychic damage.
You,
I did take a lot of emotion.
how much of your health have you lost?
No, damn it.
How down are you?
Damage.
Bad, down bad.
Because I have Song of Rest,
Yeah, I was gonna say I got some spell slots like.
and Song of Rest is only really relevant during a rest.
I'm down 7, so I can just take a hit dice.
You can spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of your short rest up to your character's maximum number of hit dice, which is equal to your character's level. And then you roll it and you add your Constitution modifier. And you gain that many back.
And how do we
Seems like
regain
plenty.
hit dice?
Every long
Every
rest
long
you get
rest,
half.
Up to half back.
Is it half? Okay. I was only guessing that
I'm
it was half, so I
assuming
wanted to
It's
check.
like some.
Oh no, at the end of long rest, the
stupid-
character regains all lost hit points, and regains all spent hit dice up to a number equal to half the
Yeah,
character's
half.
total number. Well, yeah.
It's
Okay.
something stupid math.
Wordy and shit, you get half your hit dice back on a long
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
But all your hit points.
But all your hit points. So yeah, take your short rest and let me know what you're doing during the short rest. Let me know where you're taking the
We're
short rest.
probably just taking it at that house. We might as well make that the short rest.
Well, you
We already
said you
walked through.
I know, but we can just. We should just take it there. We should just not. We didn't go very far, right?
I said it was like a 30-minute walk, so it's up to you.
We can
I
just
think,
plop.
I think
I
it
guess
is
it
You're on a path.
proffering a retcon.
Yeah, I am.
You trying to plot a retcon on me, boy?
Well,
We can
but-
just chill kind of where we are.
Yeah, you're on a path that looks like
Yeah.
it's well trodden enough.
Yeah.
So
I'm laying in
I'm
the
thinking it's
sun.
wide
damage.
enough.
I almost died.
Yeah, it takes no damage.
Takes 0 damage. Almost dead though. You know.
Yep.
so-
I'm gonna
issue.
just start drawing in
4,
my
5,
nice little
6.
sketch pad.
All right.
Notice Ron Haran is actually surprisingly kind of good at drawing for some reason.
yeah, this
Like,
is
drawing
new
with.
to you. This big Goliath, like you just plop down in the middle of the path.
Huh? No, I just kind of am leaning against, like a.
What are you
Sturdy
drawing? Are you
tree.
drawing something around
Yeah,
you? What are you
fuck
drawing?
my
Nothing like particular. It's kind of just like a mountain scene I had started before. I'm just kind of like getting back into it since we have like a short little time. Just
Yeah,
kind of.
roll me a performance check with advantage because you have advantage with drawing.
I got a nat 20.
Yeah, this is you describe the drawing and this is exactly what it is.
It's like I'm. Imagine just like a really quick, like kind of, how Bob Ross kind of paints, just in like a pencil kind of form. It's really quick, but for some reason it looks really nice and detailed. It just kind
The
of
cross-hatching
can
is-
catch your eye from like kind of a good ways away.
Some
is-
beautiful
does
work
this-
there, big man.
Is this a particular place you've been before?
There's been a lot of places I've been. Sometimes it's one, sometimes they're mixed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if you're trying to be discreet about drawing this. but
Yeah, yeah.
People would
Yeah.
notice, if you're not trying to be discreet, everyone would notice you drawing this.
Right? Yeah.
And
I'm like-
how well he's drawing it.
Yeah, I was like, nothing to be discreet. You just kind of get in that art mode where everything just kind of like disappears for like a minute, like.
know that Tom's an artist.
So,
Right?
Kara is talking to Ron Haran right now?
Yep.
Okay. Limmy flies to Kara with the forever syrup jar in hand. I have a favor.
Yes.
I notice you seem to have an eye for these kinds of woods. I need a fix if you could.
Want me to find you something sweet?
If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate that so much.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. I have something to attend to.
Yeah. So I'll roll a survival check. 19.
Yeah. What would be? I guess there's
Probably
a
some-
hive. There's a beehive in one of the trees, like a couple
Early
yards
spring,
away.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many berries.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's a different world. There could be berries. You don't know. There's berries. Fuck you. There's berries, dog.
Now they're everywhere.
In fact, roll initiative. The berries are killing you. No,
oh no.
no. Yeah, there's a beehive not that far away, and some wildflowers that are growing too. That that are inherently their pollen is sweet. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably pick some of the wildflowers put some of them or collect some for the jar, but then also you put some near the hive as I harvest a little bit of honey into the jar.
Okay. Well, while you are doing that, Limerence is going to fly near to Lix and land, but not look at him. Is Lix doing anything right now?
I was just gonna sit next to Ron Huron and watch him draw.
Okay. So you're nearby Ron Huron.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess you'll hear this too then. So.
Ron
Take
Huron's pencil, by the way, I'm just gonna say, is like a pretty big stick. Like, it's sharpened. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you kind of notice it's like a cartoonishly big stick pencil, like
one of those first grader pencils.
It's
getting a lot of detail.
Like from the Scholastic
really
Book
big,
Fair.
It has to fit his hands, you know.
One of those dollar store like
It's getting a lot
joke
of detail.
pencils.
You're right. Yeah. So with the gentle repeated scratching of Ron Huron's drawing in the background, Limerence, while looking into the sky, not making eye contact, takes a deep breath. I told you not to go in there. And I know your type. I know you won't listen to me, and that's fine. When I tell you to do things, it is not because I am telling you what is right or wrong. It's because I need you well. And if you go searching haunted places, you will come back haunted here. Let that temper your decisions moving forward. And then Limerence flies between the two of them, Ron Huron and Lix, and begins to silently meditate.
Do those words have any obvious effect on Lix?
I think you see his like eye twitch just like a little bit. I don't think he's ever really been told what to do before, so he's a little annoyed, and he's still just like upset generally, and it's just like, God, I didn't need this right.
This fucking
Would you say, and this is just for narrative purposes, you don't have to disclose it if you don't want to, would you say this is almost paternal, or would you say this is almost commanding? How does it come across in a tone way?
Tonally, it's meant to, from the perspective of Limerence, it is meant to come across as stern but understanding, with almost a don't make the same mistakes I've made kind of mentality.
Okay. And I'll let you take it however you want to take it. I was curious from a narrative perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
So that happens. So anyways, that's crazy. I'd say it's probably been about an hour. Ron Huron wraps up his drawing. It looks pretty immaculate. It started out as a basic sketch, and it comes together as a full picture at the end of it. You could definitely tell that it is somewhere that's never been too far from his mind. Like, the level of detail that is in this drawing is something that he has pondered time and time again. You can't tell if it's a real place. You can't tell if it's something that he made up. Maybe it's something he saw at one point, but you know he thinks of this place often.
Where did you learn how to draw like that?
Yeah. My mother. And I just rip out the page and I hand it to Lix. And I walk away.
Yeah. I think he's just like he's very pleased. He doesn't really know what to do with himself right now.
Lix is starting a horde. Trains, drawings.
Man, I got shit.
When the drawing touches your fingers, you get like a spark in your mind suddenly. Something that you felt before, but you don't know why you feel it, but there's certain moments where your brain gets fuzzy and you swear it's not just you in there. And you see a flash of the mountain in the picture for a brief second. And then the forest comes back immediately afterwards.
I think he's like walking away from that and then just very suddenly stops. 1,000-yard stairs. shakes his head and keeps moving forward.
And the short rest has come to an end. If you use hit dice, make sure to track that. I'm not going to be that guy. That's on you guys. I don't want to be that good at DM. That sounds like work. So, yeah, if you healed, just let me know how much you healed by so I can mark that down.
I am back up to 13. Woo!
Did anyone else use hit dice, or is it just you? Or is that
I
just
feel
Eon?
better.
I think it was just Eon. I think the rest of us were okay. Well,
Yeah.
And nobody else got a tree dropped on them.
true.
He didn't take any damage.
Or
Yeah, just
Or-
scare 'em.
Just almost-
piss off a squirrel
Yeah.
and get
Only ego.
rocketed by a couple of not acorns.
Eldritch Blast, dude. You would
Not
you're a spellcaster. You would inherently know that it was some kind of force damage.
They were magical fucking acorns.
Yep. Yes, they were.
Yes.
All right. Getting back together. You guys, you get back together. I don't know what word I was gonna say. You guys get back together. Like
Reconvene.
This. Reconvene on the road. And who's stepping out first? Who's leading the way?
I can keep going if you'd like.
I feel like
Otherwise, someone
Kara's
else can
been-
take the lead for a little while.
It's a pretty obvious path. Just
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly over and grab my jar back.
I
Lead
hope
the
this
way.
works.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll keep going down the same direction we're going,
Awesome.
generally west.
Generally West. General West.
Whatever that is. Yeah, we're going.
We're going west, guys.
Awesome.
General West is a great name for a grocery store.
I was just thinking
Dude,
it's
I
a good
learned
name
that
for a
Cub is an
general.
acronym today.
What?
Yeah, it's on their wall. It's like
What's it
what did it
Don't
say?
fucking ask me.
It's like bigging on the wall near our house. It's like what the fuck was it? Consumer. I don't know, something. It's
Cub
like
is an acronym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently. I didn't know that. That was just
I think
sorry.
the middle word is united.
Yeah, United
Consumers United
expenses. or
Buying.
something like that. Yeah,
Something
I don't know,
really.
it's
No,
something
no,
dumb.
you're pretty
Consumers
close
United
with how.
bitches.
It was like really bad. That's I don't even remember how it was.
Let's
looking
find
it
out,
up.
chat.
Are you googling it?
Fucking
Looking
fourth
at
person.
Crocodiles under brontosauruses.
True.
After we figure out what Cub is.
Cost
we'll go on.
upper
Yeah.
bound. Cash. Wait, no. This is different acronyms. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's multiple Cub acronyms out there. Concerned United.
We're gonna go
Birth
off on a tangent
Parents.
here, Sean. You probably have to cut out a couple minutes.
That's fine. Honestly, cutting out stuff is the best part of editing because I'm like, oh, that's stupid, and you get to make a joke. Fuck you.
That's
the
too
funniest.
funny.
Look at the Cub
No, no,
Foods
no. You ready
Wikipedia.
for this? Consumers United for buying.
That's what it was.
That's literally
That's
what
I told you, you were
What?
pretty much right. Yeah, no, it is that bad.
It's fucking stupid.
We are
really
united for buying.
What does that even mean?
Buying.
I don't feel bad for
American
saying
way.
Cubs now. It's gonna be plural because that's awful.
Oops.
All right. So after probably about I'd say 20 minutes of walking down this path, it's a really easy walk. It's nice out, sunny. You're just casually walking down this path. Suddenly there is a slight divergent in the path where there's a second path leading off about 10 or 15 feet into what looks to be some kind of grove-looking surrounding. And you're on the edge of that path if you just hear all this kind of
Is that?
I'm trying to position you guys. This is really hard. Okay, there we go.
The fuck is
That's about
that?
where you are. So if you look down, you can look down the path and obviously see that there's something at the end of the path.
Hey, bestie.
If you want to
One
make a
path.
perception check, you can.
I would like to make it.
One path is dark and foreboding, and the other one has wildflowers and birds tweeting.
We're killing it.
We are not paying any fucking attention over here.
I'm still sad.
If it, who rolled what?
7.
I rolled 15.
Perception. All right.
Rolled a 9.
Nine.
Rolled a 12.
I only got 13.
Yeah, 13. Ron, it's a well-lit day, and this is obviously at the end of the path. It's not hidden or anything. At the end of this path, there is a body, a skeletal body.
Like full skeleton or like zombie?
Full skeleton, not
Okay.
moving, on the ground. It looks like they're. I gotta zoom in on my map. 'cause I don't remember what
How
happened.
decomposed?
He's on a log, like he's like lying over a log. It looks like it's incredibly decomposed. It's been here for a very long time, but you do notice that there are possessions, like
Ooh.
like items.
body.
Look, the bone has stuff.
You can definitely see that from the distance that you're at. You can't tell what they are, but you do notice that there is a skeletal man, but there's stuff still on the skeletal man and stuff next to the skeletal man. Well, you don't know it's a man, I guess, because like, you know there's a skeleton.
Skeleton person.
Well, you can see the penis bones.
We're very scientific on the podcast.
And I just go, I spy with my big old eyes. A dead body.
Are you okay?
Point right to the skeleton.
A real one this time? Oh goodness.
When Ron Harad points it out, the rest of you notice that it kind of just looked like logs and like something on top.
Oh.
But after he says, "Oh, that's a skeleton," the rest of you are like, "Oh, it's a skeleton." Yeah.
What's a skeleton doing in the middle of the forest?
Like I said, you're coming off a pretty
Yeah.
decently trodden path.
Well,
you know, so.
I think it used to be a person of some sort.
Probably.
Good observation.
10 out of 10.
Unless it's a fake skeleton. Dun, dun, dun.
Scientist Ron Harad over here. Ron, God damn it.
He's actually got a 20 in intelligence.
I'd like to go up and test to see if the skeleton is fake.
Yep. Go ahead and move it. When you move, I'll move the whole map. Here, I'll just move the whole map now. That might be easier.
I'm just gonna go with.
That
Yeah,
looks easier.
yeah.
I'm gonna go
The whole
with
gang's
him.
moving in.
I'm gonna go with him.
This is so difficult. You
It's-
have no idea. There we go. There we go.
Running
Look at
all
that.
around the
It's-
world.
it's like
Well,
Stand
added
By Me.
investigation, so I got 5.
You got 5. You walk up and you just kick this skeleton. You guys expect Ron Haran to he's like, I'm gonna go see if it's dead, and you expect him to walk up and do some investigation. He looks at it and then just kicks it in the ribs. When you kick it, you hear ribs just shatter too.
Come on,
And the
man.
skeleton does not move. It has clearly been dead for a long time.
Yeah, that skeleton's a skeleton, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody already killed that guy.
Yeah,
Can
I
I-
wanted to make sure it was, real.
Do
Can I look at the
feel-
stuff that's on its body? Like, what does it have on it?
Make an investigation check. Anyone who wants to.
Man. Favorite is
Well, you said first, so you said it first, so I'll tell you.
3.
A 3. I mean, it's pretty obvious that there is stuff on this guy's body.
This stuff
He's
ain't
got
fake.
stuff.
There's a cloak. He's wearing a cloak. He's got boots on him. You can tell that there might be some stuff in the cloak. He's also got a hat that's clearly fallen off his head and still has some hair in it, and it's on the over on the log. And then there's also some armor that's off to the side, and a staff that's off to the side. But with a 3, you can't tell what's in the cloak. You just know that there might be more stuff in the cloak.
Not much better. I got believe a 9.
Really well.
You got a 9?
Yeah, for,
yeah,
10.
we-
10 for investigation.
Wait, we're
I got 9 as
investigating
well.
or looting?
They said they're
Investigating. Yeah.
So
Just seeing what this
you can
is.
tell with a 10 without completely taking the cloak off the
Just
skeleton.
looking.
It's you kind of touch it, feel it a little bit. You can tell that there's I gotta look real quick. There's at least one thing in each breast pocket of medium size.
Booby pocket.
Well, I don't care if we take the things from him. He doesn't need them, but I would like to do final rites for him before we leave.
I think that's fair enough. I would like to steal things from his body.
Chest armor up to myself to see if it's gonna fit.
The chest armor that's next to you.
Yeah.
All right. So just to be clear, he is grabbing the chest armor.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't like the way
I had
you
a
said
feeling
that
this would
at all.
happen. I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Well, now, yeah, I am grabbing.
He's
the
already
chest-
committed.
Yeah, I'm already
Committed.
in this.
The second that you touch, that you pick up the chest armor and
Die.
hold it, you see your reflection in it, and everything else on the body turns to ash. And the body's still there, but it's just a skeleton now. But you are still holding this armor.
Well, no other items, I guess.
This armor is super shiny, by the way, and definitely will fit you.
I wanted to see what was in
guys.
his pockets.
You're going to put that on, aren't you?
Can you wash
Oh,
it first?
shiny.
You can see yourself, and you're like, wow, I look great.
What kind of armor is it?
What kind of armor do you wear?
Chainmail.
Chainmail.
Wow.
Hell yeah, brother.
Very shiny. Chainmail's usually
Hell
not
yeah,
shiny.
brother.
Nor
Yeah.
can you see your
at
reflection.
that.
It's really
It's so
shiny
and so
chainmail.
clean. It's crazy. And this guy, you can tell he's been dead for years. So long. This is immaculately clean armor.
I could look so fresh and so clean. The Goliath could look so fresh and so clean in this.
It can also be, can also be
I would
worth
like
quite
to
a bit of money.
insight check the fucking armor.
Can you insight check items?
I don't know, but
You can investigate
You
them.
can investigate.
I
it.
want
Detect
a
magic.
wisdom, a vibes check.
Can I vibe check?
Yeah, what's the vibe
I feel
check?
like I naturally would usually investigate, but the shininess has kind of got me at this point. Like I'm just like,
Because something about shiny armor on a guy who's been dead forever ain't feeling right.
Especially for someone like you, Kara would have done like funeral rites and stuff like that
Yeah.
before. Yeah, so that would this.
look
would
at how linked these things are together. Mine's all ripped and shit.
Yeah, like this is like nice. This is probably the nicest armor you've ever seen.
Like,
17 on a wisdom check.
For what exactly are
Just-
you looking for?
I'm not like the
give you
feeling
weird
is
feeling.
what
you're trying to get the armor
She's-
vibe.
Like the vibe check from armor. It's armor. Like it's straight up. Like if you had to guess,
Well,
there might be
situationally,
some-
a super shiny,
Yeah.
like armor in the middle of the woods that's apparently been here for years, don't feel right.
it does not. Yeah, to you it might not feel right, but I don't even know how to do this
Yeah.
because it's like it's not really like a
'Cause
mechanics check.
Kara is not intelligent, but she has high wisdom.
So it doesn't feel like it feels off, but it doesn't feel off. Does that make sense? Like it feels off that this shouldn't be here, but when you look at the armor, you're like, it's armor. Like
Just nothing obviously
It's just-
wrong.
Strange
it's
that
just
it's
super
here.
clean, very shiny armor.
We're getting
I'm
really
gonna-
stuck on this armor.
I'm already taking off my other armor.
This feels like it might be magic or something. Can someone who knows magic a little better than me take a look at it before he puts it on?
Ron
Magical
has his shirt
shit
off.
is- magical stuff is cool.
I'll tell you what.
Have you ever had magical stuff? It's fucking awesome.
What?
Eon, can you just take a look at this armor? That I don't like that it is so shiny.
Oh man!
There's something about that
shiny
shine.
armor. Holy crap!
Bro
Made
just ran out
everything
about
disintegrate. Ooh,
polish.
look how fucking shiny it is.
This is real. This is just Tom putting on the armor at this point. This is a real interaction right now.
This is just Tom.
What are you doing, Dia? Or sorry, Ian.
Yeah, I'll let you.
If
try
anything.
before. I'm like, if you
It doesn't
fail,
have
I
to be
put
detect
this
magic.
whole
You
armor
can just
on.
do an Arcana check or something.
Yeah, you can run.
Well,
it.
if we got 10 minutes, I can do detect magic.
I don't think you got 10 minutes.
You do not. You have got about 10 seconds.
All right, well, I'll do an Arcana check.
My
then.
guy's entranced.
This armor has got me. It's real shiny.
He's
Very
feeling
my
it.
God.
I don't know if I told you
Shiny
guys.
armor means
It's
shiny,
very
guys.
shiny.
And I did
This
real
shiny middle of the woods
poor.
armor got me feeling some type of way, Chowder.
That is a solid 10. I have
Ooh, a
no
10.
idea.
You're like, it's armor, but it's really shiny.
I think
Fuck
you
yeah,
should
it
just
is
keep
nice.
the
Slip it on.
yeah.
You slip on the armor.
Put
Yeah.
on the armor.
You got some shiny armor, Tom.
Lim and I are over here just
dude.
like, oh.
The second
Dudes,
this
look at
armor,
me.
the second this armor gets on you, it feels right. It feels good, and you have got yourself in a pair of armor of gleaming.
Woo.
It's just armor that never gets dirty. Woo! That's it.
That's
Dude, this armor is so fresh and so
You
clean.
don't know that. You just know like out of game. Write it on your character sheet. You have armor of gleaming now. It's just armor that never gets dirty. Like it's in-
Armor of gleaming, unidentified.
But yeah, you don't know
Well,
that.
you
It's
would,
just
you,
got
wouldn't
shiny
you
gleaming.
wear it and attune to it and realize it?
I don't think it has an
attuning?
attunement.
It's just shiny.
It's just
there's no, like-
it never gets dirty. It's a magical item that never gets dirty, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have
It's
attunement.
like Scotch guarded.
But yeah, and then all that's left is Ron Haran standing here.
It's
in
got
this
that
brand new
armor all.
shiny armor, and a skeleton on the ground covered in ash.
Can we go?
say we should probably keep moving forward.
Yes, let me do the funeral rites and then we'll go.
Right.
And so I'm going to ritual cast the ceremony for funeral, like ceremony rites.
Yeah, describe to me how this looks. Like, go through it. I don't know.
Yeah.
How does this work?
Um,
What is a rich? And are you doing it to Maynard, or how does it work?
Yeah, so it'll be to Maynard. And Kara's going to arrange the body, pull him off of the log so that he's not just all about. Arrange the bones as best she can, hold her holy symbol, which I don't think we've decided what that looks like for Maynard.
It's up to you. I don't have any specific things for Maynard. It can be whatever you would like it.
So the holy symbol is
Wrong.
Pagan.
No.
Actually,
it is a kite shield with light spikes coming off of it, and a small anchor insignia on it.
Nice.
And so she's going to just hold that and stand at the head of this dead body and pray to Maynard, asking him to take him across the waves to the forever land. And a spark of golden fire will fall from her, fall from the pendant, and incinerate the body.
So he was on the log. Are you leaving him on the log?
No,
or, okay.
she pulled him off.
All right.
And
Yeah,
arranged
so
him.
you guys see, I don't know how many, you can let me know, I guess. Like I said, clerics are relatively uncommon in Kalos. So I don't know if any of you have ever seen funeral rites. You can let me know if you have, or if you've seen them in other planes or whatever. But for everyone who hasn't, that's what you see. And it is a powerful sight to a godless world at this point. You see the spark fall, hit the body, and it just light up.
And in under 10 seconds, bones and everything are just dust in the wind. Thank you for letting me do that. I hope you will go in peace now.
Thanks for this sick armor, bro. I don't know who you were, but you had
Suddenly
great
got a
style, dude. Honestly.
Suddenly got a slightly sideways baseball cap and a bronze.
You showed up to your friend's funeral in his glove. Are you fucking sick? He's not using it. Cool. Well, you got
after grave robbing a dude is the fucking wildest shit ever.
you got the coolest armor out of everyone right now. What are you doing with your old armor? Are you just leaving it there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like I don't really have use for the links. I'm like, unless anyone wants some good old chainmail.
Could sell it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Put in a nice big old pocket of mine, you know, just fucking.
It's a big pocket.
Big bird.
Janko jeans.
And we're back. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, and now there's a cat. Hello, cat.
Hi, cat.
Hi, cat.
Everyone say hi, little man.
Hi, little man.
Man.
That's cutie. That's Tom's son.
Yeah, get my boy.
6 hours of labor. Tom was a trooper.
Came out with a full head of hair. All right. So coming back, Ranharok had just grabbed an armor of gleaming, and we did see Kara provide the first funeral rites of the whole campaign so far. That was a pretty interesting moment. Going back into the world, that happened. You're still on this path that diverted from the other path that you were on originally. There's nothing else around you. It's just trees.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, back to the other path, I guess, now.
Onwards and upwards.
And with that, you set off back onto the path and start walking. At this point, it's around 2 p.m. and it's a little cloudy. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. You start thinking, the more perceptive of you who have been out in nature start to think, it might storm. You can't really tell, but it might. And, you're just walking down the path. I'd say you walk probably another hour down this path. The path does start to get narrower and less trodden the further down you go. And as you walk, I know that Lix has the highest passive perception. So I'm going to say, as you're walking, you're thinking... I don't know, what are you thinking about as you're walking?
That's a great question. I'm thinking probably just like looking around, seeing if any dangers coming to us, and
You out for more of those blast squirrels?
look up more of those blast squirrels. My mind kind of like
goblins.
wandering here and there, thinking about
Blasted
various things.
Journal.
Thinking about the journal, the very, very sad journal.
And as your mind wanders, you start to look into the forest that's getting more and more dense around you again. And you start to notice that on the trees around you, the bark on them changes from just like regular bark. And as you keep walking, it keeps changing. Not actively. It's just like the further you get into the woods, the more almost like someone's messed with the bark, it kind of looks like. And if you want, you can go and look at the
I would
bark.
like to go look at the bark.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Alright.
So suddenly, Lix diverts off the trail and wanders 15 feet to one of the trees.
I just stop.
Oh, I think it's a 13.
Yeah, that's fine. You're looking at this tree and you kind of take a step back, take a step forward, and you put your hand on it, you run the bark over, and you realize that somebody has carved into this tree. It looks like it happened a long time ago, but somebody has definitely carved into this tree. The tree has kind of grown around the carving.
Okay. Do the carvings in these trees look familiar to anybody?
You can all take a look if you'd like.
Yeah.
Gonna roll in.
And you do notice, as you look further down, the carvings are slightly like less. Like this one has been grown over, but as you look further down, if you were to continue, they get more and more fresh. So.
Okay.
Interesting.
So you can always journey further down.
I think we should.
I got a 13 as well. So.
Okay, so
17 on investigation.
we'll come back to you in 1 sec. Okay, 1 and 2.
It's a tree.
No idea. It's a tree. You're learning what a tree is. You're staying away from it. You don't even want to be near it after what happened. With the last.
Actually, let's be honest. I might be tasting a leaf.
This
though.
tree is made of wood.
That is very
You
good,
can tell it's an
Thank
aspen.
you.
Ronarod says that. Armor gleaming.
You're like, do these words look familiar? I'm like, words.
It's like
I never said there were words. I said there was
concept.
carving. What did everyone else get? Sorry, one more time. You got 17.
I got the same thing.
And you got 2.
Lakes.
Well, I didn't
I
do
got
a second
13.
check.
Oh, you can do a second check.
I got 13.
Okay. 13. You walk up and you start touching.
That 20?
Damn, yeah.
Okay, so you two, almost at the same time, you're looking at it, and you look at one of the trees further down, and you lock eyes. Both of you have seen these carvings before. These are clearly faces carved into these trees as they go further down. And you know you've seen them before, and you know, each of you know that the other knows that they've seen these before. And if you want, you can do a knowledge check or a history check to determine where you've seen them.
Have advantage since I rolled an
Yeah, both of you can have advantage because you've both seen it. And you both know the other has seen it.
I know that you know.
I know that
we
you
know.
that we know that they don't know.
And you can roll whatever you want, if it's history or knowledge. Or...
double 16s. Oh, double, that's crazy, actually.
Doubles? 18.
What?
So you both got doubles?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we both got doubles.
That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
Okay.
just,
Yeah, both of you
flat
at the
13.
same time. There's like a moment where suddenly your minds almost touch, it feels like.
Just a little.
And
Spider burst.
it sounds like you know how like when you say something, when you jinx with someone at the same time, it's like that, but it's mental clarity, and you're not even sure if it's real, but at the same time, you know it's fey shit. And you know that you both started seeing these carvings in Alderay, the capital city, and outside the capital city after the Cataclysm, and always in Elven territory. And that's what you know about it.
I hate the fucking woods. I hate the fucking woods.
You don't know what exactly they're for, but you do know that you've seen them and that they're faces. They're attempted reliefs of elf faces, crudely sculpted into these trees that grew around it.
What y'all staring at these trees for?
I've seen these carvings around before.
What are they?
I guess if you
I'm
squint
not-
really, really hard. I mean, I rolled a
They're-
1. So,
I'm not quite sure what they are in a metaphorical sense, but quite literally their faces.
Are they all the same faces? Or are they different?
They're different.
they're
They're
all
all
different.
different faces.
Hmm.
But they're all elven faces.
They are all elven faces. Usually find them in elven kind of territory.
Are they familiar faces?
Worn out places.
Yeah, I was.
On our faces.
Don't you get me copyright strike. This is my livelihood.
That's right.
Manifest.
Please let us use Mad World in this.
So yeah, you know that they are definitely carvings of elf faces, frequently seen around elf territories. They started popping up after the Cataclysm, and only around elf areas. You are not inclined to know exactly what they are for, but you do know that they populate around elfin areas.
I assume you share this with us.
Yeah.
We assume, we share that they're elven. They're related to
Yeah.
elves and they're elf faces. They won't tell you what they're for.
Yeah.
But if there's anything to know about elves, they probably worship them. If any race worships itself, it's elves.
There's clear disdain in Liv's voice.
I don't think she likes elves very much.
I agree. Well, it does appear that the carvings are getting newer
We must
as we
be
continue in this direction.
getting closer to elven territory.
That was my thought exactly. We should be on our guard if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Elves don't tend to congregate anywhere they don't have tyrannical control.
I'll take your word for that. I can't say I've met many.
You'll take my word or you'll take those shackles.
I understand the distrust of some, but this is getting border.
Pray you never see what I've seen.
Yeah, same.
And the elves I've met have just been other orphan children, mostly.
What's he on? Relatively quiet back there.
Jan definitely didn't like the leaf.
Tasted bad.
What to?
And potentially got their foot stuck in a hole. We're gonna wander back to the group now.
Do we have to continue this way? Is this the only way to our
It is the
destination?
obvious path heading west, just so you're on.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you
you
make
notice that so the woods were getting more dense, but as they go further on, they're getting less and less dense and opening more up and being more sparse.
Are they
And
looking-
also the trees are looking younger and younger.
Are they looking more cared for? Does the grounds look more cared for?
I wouldn't say
Organized.
cared for, but I would say organized, yes.
Well, it is the best direction for us at this time. There's no clear path for us to go north or south to maybe go around. So I think this is our best bet for the moment.
We don't bother them, they don't bother us.
north, south, yeet, west, whatever direction.
Well, let's
Yeet is
keep
my
Those
favorite
are the four
directions.
directions.
Very often?
This is now canon. In Goliath culture, there is a direction called yeet.
Where?
And it's that.
I'm not gonna tell you where or what it is. I'm gonna let Tom. Wherever Tom says yeet, that's the direction. This is why you homebrew.
West.
Guys. It's way more fun.
West.
I did
Go on, do something with your fucking friend.
something today, I think, where depending on the language that you have, literally changes how you think about things. So, like, one of them was deaf children who were making up their own like sign language, hadn't come up with language for like in, around, or under, and they tested this by like hiding something in plain view of the deaf children, and they couldn't find it after they'd watched it be hidden because they couldn't conceptualize how to describe it to themselves.
Wow.
Interesting.
So,
Wow, so they're just bullying deaf children. Hell yeah.
Scientists are fucking evil.
Shit. All right. So
Anyway.
you guys
Going for
Well, unless we want to sleep surrounded by elves, I suggest we head yeetward.
Yes.
Let's just keep heading.
Now you're getting it.
now you're
correct
thinking of the
direction.
yeet.
All right. So you head further down the path.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keeping an
All
eye
right.
out.
Yeah, you start
Yeah.
walking further
A
down
little
the
more
path.
on our guard.
Like I said, it starts to get almost more organized. You keep seeing faces in the trees. They're getting more and more fresh.
Oh, I see them.
This happens about half an hour down the line, where there is obviously faces carved into these trees with
Good job.
details and profiles.
You can't I know you haven't been physical long, but you can't just say things like, I see them, when we are in a strange new place.
They're trying their hardest.
You did just see the faces, right?
Yeah, on the trees.
Okay.
Lim over there having a heart attack.
And as you walk down the road, you start to hear talking further off in the distance. It doesn't sound like someone trying to disguise their voice or hinder what they're saying in any way, but you do hear some shouting. Not aggressive shouting, just like talking over forest sound, essentially. As you go further, I gotta figure out where this is. Hold on. As you go further and further.
As we get closer, I'd like to stop and listen.
Yeah, how close? Until you
Into the
listen?
Just-
abyss.
Till
like
I can
a-
start to hear words.
Yeah, you start to hear words. It sounds like a man shouting, going, "Hey, stop slacking off. We need to get this done by sunset. Plant over there. Plant over there." And you hear, and then a woman go, "Oh, it's getting bad, isn't it?"
With my first impression being from Lim, this doesn't sound good.
I would say at this point, the road again comes to a natural end almost, and opens up into a grove, an obvious grove. So I'm gonna pull that
I
in.
think I'd like to not go into the grove.
You guys are coming from the I'll say you're on the edge of it, so like the tree is over
Where would you rather go?
by the
The
road, yeah,
woods?
over there.
Just into the woods so we can observe what might be happening, given the voices we're hearing.
I gotta zoom in so I can see these people. Yeah, so I guess you see. Let me describe the grove. It's circular in nature. Clearly, very new planted trees with one very old tree in the middle. All around the grove are new planted saplings and slightly older trees that clearly have been planted within the last couple years. No faces carved into these trees, and there is two people on one side of the tree that you can tell were the people that were talking. There's one male who is a human and one female who is an elf. And then on the other side of the tree, if you want to see that far, 'cause that's decently far, I would say through a tree.
And there's a
perception
tree.
check.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to see that far. But you can see the woman and the man talking to each other, and that's when you came in. The whole, it's getting bad again, isn't it?
Is there any carvings on the big tree in the middle?
Nope. No carvings. Just looks like a normal tree.
Well, Lim, you've had at least some interaction. What feeling do you get from this?
Are you whispering? Because you're on the edge. You're not super far. I would say where you're probably like 20 feet away. So
Yeah,
you're in the brush. You know, you're with along
and
this.
whispering.
Yeah.
I'm just not
Actually, give me a Gru stealth check. That feels whoever's in that area. If you're not in that area, if you're still on the path, don't worry about giving me a stealth check. But if you're in that area, give me a stealth check.
Doing like the aside on the back.
Give me 1 second.
I know that Kara's there because they said so.
18.
Okay,
20.
You're fine. You are crazy quiet. You have disadvantage on stealth checks. 'Cause you got chainmail.
Oh, right.
So roll again and take the lesser value.
That's pretty
Yeah, I was gonna say 16.
Okay. Yeah, you're
10.
pretty loud crunch.
16.
Who is this
Still
person?
distraught.
What'd you get, Ian?
I have a +7. I rolled a 3.
Jesus.
What'd you get, Ian?
Eon's not going. Eon is
Just
not interested.
glowing.
What is Eon doing then? Because
You
you're the
know-
only one that's not in these woods.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like I would be not helpful.
I'm
I feel like someone would probably tell me to.
shiny armor.
Someone would probably tell me
I'm the
to
one-
stay or
armor of
something.
having
Yeah, what?
a
No,
Well, what-
you tell me
And
what
the
you're doing.
road.
Yeah, what are you
fucking-
doing?
You're gonna try and rub
Where are
mud
we?
into it. It doesn't.
You right now. Okay, so you're coming off that path. That path over there is where it ended. They're all in the brush.
Yeah,
I
we
feel like I
we
would
stepped
try and,
aside.
like, hide and watch, but not.
You're on like the other side and hiding. Okay, well you still
I
gotta give me a
managed
stealth
to
check.
find a
then.
big enough
Aw.
tree to like hide behind like this.
I guess.
I fucking
guess.
tripped.
You don't have to. You're trying to describe to me what you're doing. So What'd you get?
Standing there like,
Pretty sure I have disadvantage on
I swear that
advantage?
I've done this before,
I glow.
guys.
so stealthy.
So stealthy.
I'm not giving you advantage. It says it can be covered by clothing,
Yeah.
so you're not glowing
Did- Yeah,
unless you want to be glowing.
It's also still light out.
Yeah.
thankfully.
So what'd you roll for stealth?
I'm looking. That is a fat 7.
So the rest of you are conspiring on one side of the path, and none of you have noticed that Eon walked to the other side of the path and just like squatted down in the other patch of trees and picked up an acorn and is just staring at the acorn and then crunching it in their hand. And you guys are conspiring. You're like, what should we do? What are they talking about? And then you just start to hear.
Wave my hands.
And then you squeeze so hard that the acorn just like, what acorns do when you squeeze hard. breaks and falls to the ground. And at that point, the conversation stops, and the two people turn and see you.
Me?
Yeah. What is that?
I'm just.
I don't know, the man says, and reaches for the hilt of his sword.
I'm gonna run out probably to.
You
their
know,
side.
I'm just still looking at acorns currently. Have not noticed them.
So your Lix is running out.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out to their side.
Okay, you run across. They immediately, the man pulls out his sword and says, "Who goes there?"
Shit.
We mean no harm. We are just passing through. It's all gonna be okay. Put the sword down.
Are you trying to be convincing?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
not going to hurt you.
Roll me a persuasion check. He's gonna roll an insight check.
I'm feeling persuasive. It's a 23.
More than stealthy.
He looks at you, and he squints a little bit.
During the silence, I'm gonna ask, holding up another acorn. Can we eat these? Not
woman-
to him. To Liggs.
The woman is just staring at you like incredulous, like hand over heart, like
Clutching her
her
pearls.
metaphorical pearl. And the man is confused but squinting at you, like almost with recognition, but not quite understanding the full picture.
Okay.
But he slowly like lowers his sword a little bit, and the woman goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I don't know." You can hear rustling on the other side of the tree behind them.
We're just passing through the forest. Just me and my friend here. Nothing to worry about. Just let us keep going.
Where are you trying to go?
What's the name of the town?
I
I don't remember.
Are you turning around and trying to ask the other people that are over there?
It's called River Run.
River.
You're going to River Run?
Importance
Yes.
of taking notes.
River rum. Run.
Take notes.
Rum.
That's the funny part.
Run.
Are you saying the man's staring at you and goes,
It's funny because I did write it down in my other notes, but I just didn't look at them.
just so you're clear, I don't know if you heard Eon, but Eon,
Yeah.
River Run. The man holding the sword goes, "What is that?" and points at Eon with the
It's
sword.
a person. You can't just point swords at people.
And the woman holding her pearls goes, "I think we can.
For what reason?
We don't know who you are. You've invaded our area.
We're just passing through.
Well, then pass."
Okay.
And the man slowly starts to back away, and the woman follows him.
Ron Hrog, let's go around the outside. It doesn't seem like they're in immediate danger.
I'm gonna like tug on Eon's arm. Just one hand up in the air, like
Eon finds a
going on?
cool rock.
nothing's
Wait,
going on.
Are y'all walking away from this or walking more into it?
There's no obvious path out of this, just so you know. And the path that you're on leads back to where you were. So
Well,
Because I want to just kind of keep following like the westward direction.
I was gonna say,
So-
they are.
I don't
they
plan
would
on
be the
leaving
west,
here.
like where they're walking back to. Would be the
I
westward
feel like we
Okay.
should just walk off
this is
the
west.
path out
yeah.
of their
so
sight,
I just wanted
though.
to
You want to walk
skirt around.
next to them?
I feel like they've.
I don't
They,
know.
they
I've-
said to pass. I think that's fine.
okay.
So you start to
Zero
walk out,
insight.
and then what do you? With the three left in the woods, what are you doing?
Go the long way around.
Like through the new saplings and new. Okay, make me. You're
That
gonna have
sounds-
to make me some stealth checks,
That
man.
sounds awful.
This is gonna go horrible.
Oh yeah.
I have to roll disadvantage on
Me
all
too.
of these.
Me too.
You as well, because you're with them.
That's pretty good.
God
11.
damn it. I am going to fly out and greet Licks. I'm going to try to convey with my eyes as sort of like roll with it. Like, Master, have we found our way?
Yes, my humble servant. I think we have.
Then shall we?
Yes, we shall. Forward.
The
Onward.
guy with the sword just stops and stares and goes, "Oh." All right, and he puts the sword away. And he goes, "Where you guys off to? River Run? Straight through there." And he points, and there's a game trail at the other side of the other side of the grove. And he goes, "If you follow that game trail until you hear water, you'll hit the river, and you can follow that straight to River Run.
I
like water.
land.
Take that one with you." And the elven lady walks back. Actually, I can just walk her myself.
Yeah.
Walks back. Maybe I can. Hold on.
Technology.
Walks back and starts to talk to somebody back here. You guys don't know what's back there because you haven't been back there yet, but you can hear some conversation, almost cooing, like not like cooing like a bird, like cooing like a mother to a child. That's
Yeah.
like you hear like some soft singing.
I got
Alright.
a 12 on stealth.
And an
I
11.
got an 11.
I feel like you guys both get to the same point where you realize the trees are so thin that there's nothing left to hide behind, and you can make a choice to either walk out into the grove or like keep trying to hide and obviously be seen either way.
It's like, have you seen in Cars where like Mater holds up like a cardboard tree?
Yeah.
Like, that's you guys.
I would prefer to be under a cardboard box. Thank you.
Yeah, they have like
Yeah.
a barrel on them. Scuttle
So
along.
that's at this point you're going to be seen by the man for sure because he's like over here. Because he just
You
he
did
started
not
talking to you
beat
guys.
his passive
Did we
perception.
notice them?
Yeah, everyone's gonna notice them.
Oh, there you guys are.
Who are they? He pulls out his sword again, and at this point he's relatively close to you as well.
They're just part
Not
of my
worried.
entourage, sir.
It is a rapier, if anyone's wondering. Pulls out his sword.
We mean no harm. They're part of my entourage. They lost their way.
Who did you say you were?
My name's Licks.
Sir, we are just traveling yeet.
I didn't talk to you, beast.
Hey, don't call him a beast. I
Well, I don't know what he is.
think he's called a Goliath.
Can I?
He looks confused. Hold on, let's see if he has my glass. He does not know about Goliath. There's no recognition in his face when you say Goliath.
They're just people like you and me.
Just big.
They're just large.
From the mountains?
Yes.
How did you get one?
Long story.
This is the-
He's-
by the way,
but
this
he's
is a
my
human.
friend. He's my friend. Friend. Nah, I didn't get him. We met. We joined together. We became friends.
Does he carry your things?
No.
He's having like a really hard time understanding what's going on right now.
Can you fathom that other races just exist?
Yeah.
This is a human. This is, we're all on the same page. This is just a human, but he's wearing. If you look at him, he's wearing like regally gilded clothing that's clearly elven. And he goes, "My lady," and you hear the cooing stop. She goes, "What?" And she goes, "I think you need to come back."
Can I prepare an action?
Yeah.
I would like to prepare a spell cantrip for
What is the trigger? You don't have to tell me what it is, but you got to tell me the trigger.
him starting to swing.
Okay, so you have that prepared, and it will
Because
fizzle.
I
I
am
will
next.
also prepare a cantrip
Just tell me the action.
on
Trigger.
on an attack.
On an attack
against,
from the guy?
Attack against Licks. Yeah.
Okay. The lady pokes. Oh my god, I can't. I'm just trying to move the lady and it moved everything else. The lady pokes back around the corner and starts to walk briskly towards the man. And she goes, "What is it?" And he goes, I don't know.
Can I start speaking to her in Elvish?
Yes.
I don't know where you found this terribly rude man, but we just want to go forward. Is that okay? Is that fine?
She looks pleasantly surprised. You're half elf, right? You're currently in the business.
Yeah,
of half
yeah.
elf. She goes, "Oh, you speak quite well.
I'd hope so.
I didn't expect that. Yeah, take your servants and be on your way before I change my mind."
Thank you. Nod to them and
He has
beckon
he's
them
just standing
forth.
there, and he understand. You can tell he understands like maybe half of what was said,
Okay.
but he clearly has like a disdainful eye at you.
Okay, cool.
He's still holding his sword.
As Kara's walking away, she's going to incline her head a little bit to the elf woman and offer a blessing, like departure. May Maynard watch over you, and
I need to nat 20 on perception to see that you have your holy symbol and that you said Maynard. Immediately, the elf woman goes, "Wait!
what?
Are you a cleric?"
Yes.
And she turns to the man and starts conversing in Elvish very quickly. Who understands Elvish? Just you? Do you understand?
I've picked it up. I'm conversational.
Okay. You're getting bits and pieces, but clearly the woman is saying, we need this to borrow this cleric. Like saying, like, convincing the man, like, if you just hang out with them for a couple minutes, I just need to use this cleric. You know, it's been too long. We need the cleric right now.
I'm just gonna stop, turn on my heels, respond again in Elvish. And what would you need her for?
Again, the woman's like looks at you and says, "It's not polite to eavesdrop."
It's not polite to say you're just going to borrow somebody.
Well, obviously, and this is still in Elvish. They're going back and forth. Well, obviously, we were going to ask the noble lady.
Then ask.
May I proceed?
You may.
And that's all you pick up is the arrogance and the "may I proceed." The rest of you don't even speak Elvish, but you notice that there is a tone with that one. And they turn towards Kara.
Definitely mumbling to myself.
They turn towards Kara and I forgot what her name is. Sorry, I named these
Turn a
people.
limb. God, you're a fucking bitch.
They turn towards or the lady turns towards the man, and she says, "Ivis, lower your sword. We're among friends." And Ivis, the human male, puts his sword away, and the lady steps forward towards Kara, and outreaches her hands and says, "Noble lady, my name is Ren Ellsworth, and I am the druid of this grove. I beseech your guidance.
Of course, I shall offer what I can.
Are you familiar with rituals, my lady?"
A fair few, yes.
"I have a specific ritual that I need your help with."
I am happy to offer my help, but I can't say that I am qualified. I'd need to know more about the ritual, of course.
"Yes, of course, and we can talk about it. First, if you would follow me," and she turns around and starts to walk towards the other side of the tree
I'm
that you
gonna.
haven't been to. Iris does not move, but he does sternly stare at y'all. He's not saying, like, with his eyes, he's not saying, "Don't move." He's not saying move, but he is hand on his hilt at all times. But she is walking briskly towards the other side of the tree.
I'll be right back. I hope it won't be too long.
I'm joining you. I do not trust this person.
Surely you'll let me go with my cleric.
Well, if you're here, who's going to man your servants?
The second in command. I'm gonna turn towards Limerence.
I am the beast wrangler for my lord.
Iris
Rawr.
Iris nods and he goes, "Yes, that makes sense. That checks out."
Oh, God.
Grrr.
I hate these people.
At this moment, you've realized that Eon's been trying to figure out what Elvish sounds like, and has been going through the languages that they know, which is primordial, which sounds absolutely awful.
It's literally just like.
Yeah, just followed by some infernal. So I'm not
And
doing
then Infernal's
great.
like.
Just like really
Those
trying
are
to
the two I can do, boys.
really trying to figure out Elvish, and then
Literally, you just sound like a beast. Like, it is selling it so. Like, when you say you're the beast wrangler, he just nods and he goes, that's a noble. He looks at you and he goes, that is a noble profession. He reaches out to clasp your hand.
My lord can see all of my talents well.
As I pass by, I'm just going, I'm so sorry.
And as you start to walk with Kara trailing behind Ren, I can't remember this dude's name. Iris stays with you, and you can hear questions from Iris in the background about beasts, which are just people. Just so we're all on the same page, I am role playing. This is not who I am as a person. All right, so don't fucking ridicule me. I'm just really good at role playing. Method acting.
since we've been sitting or waiting around, Eon sat on the ground, is now like looking at bugs, maybe tasting some
There's
of the bugs.
definitely bugs around. There's like
Yeah.
ticks and ants and a couple spiders. So maybe an earthworm if you dig in the dirt.
Some nice squishy ones and some crunchy ones.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm
Are you-
hearing?
Have ticks ever attached themselves to you?
Like Timon and Pumbaa?
Does that happen? Do they even do that?
I feel like they'd be magical then, because the blood is
Or they just
magical.
Yeah, I feel like you are 100% done. If a tick attaches to you, they explode in like a quick flash of light. It's pretty rad.
It's like when you plug something into a battery the wrong way and it's psh.
But with that, Ren walks off beyond the. Oh my god, it won't let me just grab her. That's so annoying. Ren
What a
walks off
bitch.
beyond the tree. Are you guys following?
Yeah.
Nah, two
The
people.
two
Yeah.
followers.
Mm-hmm.
So as you turn the corner of the tree, you can see there is 4 figures standing around the corner of the tree, all wrapped head to toe in bandages, just cloth head to toe, and they are standing and swaying a little bit.
Have I seen anything like this before?
Roll me either a religion check, a history check. You can also roll if you would like.
I'm gonna roll religion. That is 14.
Got a 15 for history.
Okay, so you have never seen anything like this. You have no idea what's going on. It just looks like 4 figures, very skinny, all in the same bandages, wrapped head to toe. You have definitely seen something like this, and suddenly it kind of all clicks with the faces and the elves and the figures. These are blighted elves.
Okay.
And to briefly explain what this is, here's how we'll do it. You look at the elves, Levi, or sorry, Kara, and do you have like an audible, like a clear, like I don't know what this is? Like that's
Yeah.
what you see. She looks at you and she goes, "Oh, I assumed you would know our predicament. Forgive me. Let me explain." And she starts to explain what this is, and essentially, blighted elves are. This is kind of complicated. It's a large topic, so let me just bridge the gap on this one. When the gates closed to the Feywild, elves inherently lost their immortality. That has happened. They were pretty much immortal, except for, if you like immortal except for if you get stabbed or shot or, that kind of stuff. But elves have always been super old. You've never seen an old elf. And since the gate closed, they have lost their connection to what made them immortal, and they have started aging rapidly. To them, rapidly is just normal, by the way, just so we're on the same page.
I can relate to that.
They are aging
Unbeknownst.
rapidly, and by that it means they are getting older normally. Blighted elves are elves, to your best knowledge, that have tried to regain their immortality via means that shouldn't have been done. You don't know exactly how it happened, but it caused a sickness to ravage their bodies, turning them into petrified wood slowly, and they basically slowly start to turn into petrified wood from the feet up, and it is spread through the elf colonies via bodily fluids. So it is a sickness that is currently ravaging through the elf colonies. No one knows how to stop it. No one knows what started it. They just know that it happened when they tried to get their immortality back. And the faces that you saw outside are funeral rites for elves that know that they're going to die to the blight. They try to carve their face into the trees. So you know that. You have no idea what's going on. And you guys are being beasts. Make beast sounds for me. I'm a puppet master. What are you talking about with Iris?
I am following in the conversation.
He's talking, you're listening?
Yes, as
making him,
is my
making him
place.
feel heard.
I would say he's like, so you're a fairy, huh? And he's carving an apple now with a smaller knife.
Certainly.
Would you like some apple?
Certainly.
Hands you some apple. He goes, do they like...
The bigger one has been good today.
He just chucks the apple at you. It hits you like in the chest and falls to the ground. He laughs.
My performance is really bad.
I don't think he notices. I generally don't think he notices the performance is bad.
He's just so racist.
You know,
It's not his fault.
he was raised in a different time.
I think it is his fault.
Elves are just bad people. And he was raised in I'm kidding. Alright, so that's what's happening over there. Back to you guys. She explains that they're... She doesn't explain all the stuff I explained to you, but she does say that they are blighted, and we have to perform the ritual to help one of them who's too severely blighted at the moment. And she mentions the ritual's name. The ritual's name is the Calling.
The calling or culling?
Culling.
Culling.
C-U-L-L.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that. I'm
Like the Jujutsu Kaisen arc, the Culling game. Coming out in season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Whichever one's more relevant.
This
to
is an
you.
advertisement for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Surprise!
This is just free. So yeah, that's what she says that, and when she says the culling, you can piece together that essentially the culling is when one of them gets too severely far gone before they completely lose their mind and become basically a shambling, essentially zombie that tries to infect other people. They put that one down. And the option is they can either do it themselves, but since you're here, they'd like to do it in a group to put this older one out of their misery.
Me too.
I think I can help with this, yes. I am well versed in funeral rites. And yes, so if you can give me the description, I will do my best.
Yeah. So she basically hands you a dagger, and she goes, I think it'd be better if you do it. And essentially it's just like, we're going to be around him, we're going to sing our ancestral songs, and at the second chorus, I need you to kill him.
Very well.
The easiest way to kill him is straight through the heart. It's painless, and then I need you to do the funeral rites after that. And he's already carved his face in the tree, the nearest tree to us, and you noticed at the end there was one that was like freshly carved, with almost like blood stains etched into the face, little freckles, prominent brow, high cheekbones,
Strong chin.
strong chin. And from the other side of the tree, you just start to hear singing.
The second I hear singing, I wander over there.
When you start to move, Iris lurches forward and puts his hand on the sword and goes, "What is that one doing?"
Yeah,
I'm
going.
already dancing my way over there.
I'm gonna move over to Eon. Please allow me. And I'm just gonna fly over to Eon and get really close. And go, you are going to get us fucking killed.
But they're singing.
They are singing. Elf singing is different than dwarf singing, okay? They sing for different reasons. Please.
But the singing's sad.
I'm begging
Song
you to trust
carries
me.
on. You start to hear a part that sounds like it's been repeated.
Yep. Kara calls internally to Maynard to bless the knife and to bless her hand, and that it does its job cleanly and painlessly, and looks to, what was her name?
Ren.
Waiting for the signal on the second chorus.
At the height of the second chorus, when these two are still arguing, she turns to you.
And the Carl will make the strike.
Roll me an attack. Be dexterity or a strength, your choice.
Sounds like a great roll.
Really good roll.
Real good, guys.
Really good
Really
roll.
I feel like I'm being lying here right now.
I can see how good it is.
Yeah, it's a really big number.
That'd be a 6.
You aim just a little bit too high, and you can tell when it punctures what should be skin, it's hard, and it makes a crunching sound like bark. And you know you didn't hit the heart. And there's a split second where the song should end and everyone stops singing, and you're standing there, and you have to drag the knife down into this poor thing's heart. And it lets out an exasperated whimper as the song dies.
Kara flinches and finishes the deed, but feels bad. And feels gross about it. Is going to have to wash her hands later.
Ren touches your back and says, "Thank you. You know, if you could do the rites for us."
You're welcome.
I smell killing.
Ivris chuckled. This one's funny. I would like to have one. He throws you another apple.
He's got a lot of apples.
The singing is stopped, by the way. I don't know if that entices you to.
Perfectly good apple.
Apple. Free snack.
Ivris turns to you and goes, "Why does his armor so shiny?"
We clean him regularly.
Very, very impressive.
Eon.
He is quite the trophy.
I don't know what's worse, that I wrote this so that you have to play along with it. Like, that's the worst part. All right, it's
I
it says a
forced you
lot.
in this position. I'm so sorry.
So again,
Same
just
scene.
as before, Car asks Ren, "Is there anything specific that you would like me to include? Otherwise, I shall just do my general funeral rites."
Once they're blighted, they lose all humanity. So whatever you do, it's too good for them anyways.
Elephant.
Very well. And the same praying while holding the holy symbol, and after a few minutes, a drop of golden fire, and then ignited and gone.
Through the trees, you guys see the same fire that you saw before spring briefly into existence. And you know inherently that the funeral rite has been completed. There's a brief moment of silence, and Ren grabs her dagger back from you, puts it back in her belt, and turns towards the three that are left. I'm just going to delete this one. That one. Sad. He just spit it out and goes, "Back to work." And they start to sway and grab pouches off the ground and start walking towards the woods, reaching into them and sprinkling seeds.
Well, we should be on our way. It's quite a walk, I'd imagine, still.
You're trying to get to River Run, yes?
Correct.
Yes.
We
You're
got a
not
little
that far
lost.
from River Run.
Oh, thank God.
If you
think
if you
Maynard.
follow that game trail, you hit the river, and follow the river straight west. You should find it within, I'd say, a day.
You've gladdened my heart. Thank you.
And she puts her arm on your shoulder and says, "No, thank you." And there's a moment where it's almost intimate.
We'll look away.
Then she rubs your back and turns back towards the blights, and you can see her whispering, and her hands start to glow as she waves over the seeds, and little trees start to sprout.
And we'll walk back to our companions.
Was there a shoulder squeeze like this or like this?
She said,
Hey. Hey, yo, Mala whispering.
That's fucked, yo.
I'm gonna pat you on the back.
And she yells at Erebus, and she's like, "Erebus, this guy's name has changed like 10 times. I don't even fuck. He doesn't need a name. It's fine. Angry
deserve
mean
one.
dude.
doesn't matter.
Angry racist.
Angry yeah. And he goes, "I need you back here. Let them go." And he goes, yes. I forgot what he called it, my lady. And he puts his sword back, and he goes, "That one's awesome." And he pats you on the back, and he runs past.
Thank God.
And
What do you guys think? I was the best actor in Goliamentary.
What the fuck? No, you don't just get to say Goliamentary. You played tree number 2 in the fucking play? Like, what the
Tree number 1. Yeah.
I'm fucking crying. Goliamentary? Oh, that's you get
Just
inspiration.
drop that.
Holy shit, that's inspiration right there.
I'm sorry for putting you guys through that. I just
That was
wanted to get out of the situation with as little bloodshed as possible.
we should talk more later.
Yes,
and be
we
on
should
our
be
way
on our
first.
way.
Yes.
And take
Follow
the
the-
game trail and
Yeah.
to
Follow
the
the
river
path you like.
and onwards to River Run.
So everybody's just walking away? Okay. Before as the entire party leaves, I land on the ground and I acknowledge the lady and bow before following the party. And then I'm on my way.
She looks at you and frowns and turns back to what she's doing.
About 10 minutes down the road, I'm going to turn to the company. I do not feel good about what just happened.
Are you gonna fill them in? Like, let's just say you fill them in on.
Yeah.
What, you start to fill them in. Do you have any? You would know intimately about this ritual. It has become inherently, like strikingly familiar in the lower, like parts of Alderai.
Elves are not used to death. You have to understand, when you imagine the oral history of a human, 100 years ago, that's something you hear about from your parents that was told to them by their grandparents. With elves, their culture, their history, everything about them is shared together. There's so much cultural weight and influence. Even humans buckle under the weight of elven culture. You don't hear half human, do you? You hear half elf. Because elves are so used to being in control of the world around them. Creating a ritual wherein an elf is destroyed is antithetical to everything they know. And they are very sensitive about such things.
She did not view them as hurt individuals, but as beasts or lesser than.
Because elves don't see it happening to them. Once it happens to an elf, it's no longer an elf. It is a cancer to be cut out from their collective consciousness, you understand? That's how they see anything that isn't an elf.
There's more disdain on that last note than I think even Lim intended.
Well, once we get to the river, I think I need to cleanse myself after this interaction.
Take the time you need.
sorry, Ron or Ragoon, you say cleanse yourself? Like, he was like... And with almost like Maynard himself heard you say cleanse yourself, at that moment you start to hear the flowing of a river in the distance down a game trail.
I think we're almost there.
I agree.
Oh, thank
Kara perks up a little bit at the sound of the water.
There's the sound of the water.
Why do we even have sound effects?
Tom's just gonna make all the sound effects.
I said in the last couple, like in the first episode that I'm editing or whatever, I was just like, yeah, I'll insert sound effects later, but it's just like me and Levi doing sound effects, and I just think it's funnier. All right, so you start to make your way down this game trail. It's about a 15-minute walk. It's clearly like it's downhill, and you are met with the rushing of a monstrous river. The biggest river any of you have ever seen. For anyone who needs a scale, like the Mississippi. Very similar size to when you cross the Mississippi. Flowing incredibly fast. West.
Mississippi flows fast. It just doesn't have rapids, my guy.
It's a very rough river. There are obviously like pools where it kicks out closer to the shoreline, and it has been raining the last couple days, so they're like 2 feet, 3 feet deep. You definitely take a moment and wash yourself in one of those pools, no problem. But you have found the river, which means Ren was correct. You're about a day away from River Run.
You guys see Kara spending a little longer than you might expect on her hands.
I'm definitely just like
There's not anything there, but
Poking
Yeah,
water.
just
The water.
Just the phantom.
When you're poking the water, there's like little minnows coming up and like nipping because your hand glows, so they're like nipping at it like it's like a bug.
tickles a little bit.
Did this incident shake Kara like noticeably? Are you scrubbing? You said you're scrubbing harder.
Yeah.
Is it noticeable for anyone else?
Yeah, it shook her a little bit, not in her faith with Maynard, but just the interaction. It just didn't feel right. The almost disdain for the one that was supposed to have been released from their suffering was disturbing.
And you're washing yourself in the river.
And
Ron Huron is staring at you, but you've noticed he's also kind of become uncomfortable with you. He's not the most comfortable person around clerics either, by the way. He just
By the way.
has very little trust
He's
for
just
him.
saying that. He's
So-
like, I'm
wait,
uncomfortable with it. Like that's the vibe.
I don't like ya.
That's the vibe. You just got it. That's funny. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I've not used to rituals. I've always had very little trust for clerics in this world. Like,
yeah, after just a couple of minutes of that, Kara's done, and we're heading on our way.
And we're back. Hopefully with no technical difficulty.
Well, you wanna try that again, bud?
Boggle.
Boggle.
Boggle. All right. You just washed yourself in the river. Car, you washed yourself in the river.
Yep.
And you are coming out of the river and continuing down the river, question mark? It is approaching probably 5 p.m. Light is starting to get a little dim. Not crazy dim, but a little dim. Just like a little bit dim.
Some mood lighting.
Do we have rations?
We
I
should.
think we all have some rations as well as we can.
It's part of our
attempt
starting
to gather some
equipment.
food.
Yeah, all of us are. We hunted our first night, so we didn't have to use any field rations if anybody has.
Yeah.
any.
It's past midday. If you'd like to have a little snacky poo at the river, you can.
Yeah, we had a little snack during the.
snack.
I try and catch one of the
rest.
minnows nibbling on me
the
to
nibble
then
on them.
eat on. Yes, to nibble on them.
I guess
Thank
make a survival check. See if you catch it.
Let's
Dexterity.
do- yeah,
Yeah, or dexterity.
You wanna hand me my iPad? Doesn't matter. That was a 9.
Yeah, it's just too fast for you.
I don't stop
Don't
though.
we just have to follow the river? Like, we don't have to go across it.
No, you just
Yeah,
gotta
said
follow it.
follow
They were just seeing if they want to eat some food.
Yeah.
Get time for a
Ain't
little
crossing
snacky.
none of that.
A little snacky.
They're snacky.
I'd like to go a little further before we set up camp for the night, but
I agree, we should
do
get some
believe we will
progress.
have to camp one more night. I'm
Yes.
sorry, then.
It happens.
We'll try to pick a less stingy cave.
But caves are nice.
Cave.
I've
some
lived
to
in
me.
one or two or
Let's just keep going.
How high?
I'm not sure. I mean, technically, the Goliath alphabet is only like 13 letters. So,
I can count.
3 of them are the
13.
same.
yeah.
Don't, yeah.
Anyway, so you can tell you're walking. You're probably walking for 45 minutes ish, following the roaring rapids of the river. And you do know that this river is the Dyad River. You can definitely you've seen other rivers. You're like, that's a river. This is the Dyad River. Like I said, it's massive. It's fierce. It's flowing in one direction, very straight towards west. And you're following that river. It's loud. There's a well-worn path around it, and eventually the river breaks through the trees, and you find yourself. Let's do it this way. There we go.
Oh, I seen some shit.
Coming up at the bank of the river, and there's some buildings and logs, and you're coming across what appears to be a obvious logging camp. You hear voices of people talking to each other in the buildings of the logging camp.
Maybe they let us set up camp here for tonight.
Hearing some blocks, donk, of wood being split.
I don't want to set up camp too close to another camp. I'm kind of curious on what's going on.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say how do the buildings look?
Just like makeshift cabins, essentially. They're made of stone. They've
they
been here a
look
while.
alright.
You can tell that this logging camp is definitely a staple in the area.
I don't know about you, but I think Lim at the very least would love to not spend the night outside, and I am inclined to agree.
I'm much more inclined to trust, working creatures than elves.
Very well.
We love
Let's
the
make
working
ourselves
class.
known.
Agreed. Anyone have any other thoughts on it?
No, I agree.
Sure.
Eon?
I'm tired.
All right,
Hopefully we'll get you to rest soon.
let's go and see who we can talk to.
And we make our way to the camp.
All right, so you're making your way downtown.
Yep.
Walking fast,
Faces pass.
and I'm
Well, they're about
homebound.
to be. Faces are about to pass. So as you walk away from the river, you do notice that there is basically it goes from being a forest and river to a section of cleared trees and 2 cabins, a stack of wood, and a wagon with a horse. So you walk past the horse, and the horse kind of goes, and when it does that, one of the loggers that was currently at the wood stack turns around and walks towards you guys and goes, "Well met."
Hello.
Hello, good sir.
You speak common, nice. He clasps your hand and he shakes it.
Nice firm
Yeah,
handshake.
it's a very rough, calloused handshake. This is a working man handshake. Basically, this man looks straight up like the bounty man, like on the paper towels. He looks like that.
Oh,
Human.
He's a
male.
lumberjack.
Lumberjack,
He can
yeah,
flex his
very,
way out of a shirt.
very large lumberjack. What brings you to our fair camp?
We're on our way to River Run, and have been following the river.
That's why they call it that. Did you know that?
That's crazy.
That I did.
We have deduced.
Big word for
You're
it.
fun.
He's laughing. That's just a joke we say around here.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
We found your camp, and
We were wondering if we could stay here for the night.
He looks you up and down. He's looking at. He's like taking stock of everyone. And he goes, "Of course, I'll have to talk to the foreman, but I don't see an issue with that. We do ask that anyone that stays on the ground pitches in, even if it's just for a night. But
I was just going to offer that, so...
wonderful. Well, let me talk to the foreman, and I'll be back in a couple minutes." And as he walks away, he goes, "She's a little odd."
Yes, she is.
Just don't worry about them. Just don't worry about them.
All right. I mean, I've seen weirder things come out of those woods. And he laughs again. And he hoists his axe on his back. And he walks away into this building.
I'm
nice.
a little concerned about what he might have seen come out of ththose woods.
You hear more thwacking over here. You hear some clanging from another building further to the right. You do hear some muffled talking in the building. And then, like a playful yell, like, "We need the help! Come on!" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And then the first guy that you saw emerges again and walks over to you, and he goes, "Well, I'll have you know I have some pull with the foreman." And he says it's fine if you stay here, and has even offered to sweeten the deal. If you'll pitch in with moving this wood and chopping a couple more trees down before dinner, we'll provide you with a place to stay, food to eat, and even a ride into River Run tomorrow with our horse here." And he slaps the horse's ass.
Sounds like a good deal.
We have to go there anyways to drop off some wood.
Fair enough.
Sick deal.
Sound good,
Sounds
everybody?
great to me.
Works for me.
Perfect.
Great. Give me a couple minutes to get set up, and I'll be back to show you what we need done.
Sounds good. Where can we put our bags and things?
He points towards the far cabin on the right. You can't see it. It's over on the right. He says, "You can get set up over there, and I will be with you momentarily."
Thank you. And what was your name?
I wrote his name down. I have a name for him.
Oh. Won't catch him off guard today.
Not me. Not I, said the DM, for once in my life.
It's not John Lumberjack.
You know what's funny? It's like, that was just like, when I named him, I was like, John Woodman. That's stupid. No,
accurate.
This is Aaron.
Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron. He reaches out. I'm Aaron, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Aaron.
Shakes your hand.
Carl grasps with both hands.
Very firm grip. Very firm. Does not hold back, even though you're a lady. And he goes, "All right, well, go set up over there, and we'll be with you momentarily." And walks back into the other house.
Kara starts walking to the cabin.
Is anyone else going?
No, follow.
You might as well.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Walking real
zoom.
fast.
Yeah, they're like zoom. So yeah, you walk into the cabin, and it's just like a 2-room cabin. One's obviously, they're about the same size with a small dividing wall in between. There's a door frame, but no door, and it's like a linen cloth over the door frame to provide some kind of privacy. It's a pretty spacious cabin. I mean, it can definitely accommodate all of you pretty easy. You can tell, like, this is like a bunk cabin, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's essentially bare. There's nothing in it. There's probably beds on one side and a table or two. So, yeah, that's what you see in front of you. You do hear rustling from the other side of the curtain, though.
They knock on the door that's probably been opened already.
You hear someone straining to get up, and you see a short, squat dwarf poking through the linens, and he goes, "Ah, company! New recruits?"
At least for the night, yes.
For the night, the best kind of recruits. Then we don't have to worry about you dying on our watch. And he laughs and claps you on the back. But his version of the back is essentially your ass. You just got your ass grabbed.
It happens.
Looking at this dwarf, he's average dwarf height, 3.5, 4 feet. He's got a youthful appearance with basically like shaved head, hair braided into a ponytail. He's blonde, and he's got a scraggly blonde beard, blue eyes. But you do notice the striking feature about him is that he's missing one of his legs, and he has a peg.
Cool.
I say hi in Dwarven.
He perks up immediately and goes, "Wonderful!" And he leans in for the sacred dwarven handshake. There's a furious amount of movement back and forth. It's different every time. You guys cannot tell. But you nail it expertly. And he laughs full bellyly and he goes, "It's been so long since I've gotten to do that."
Ron's practicing with himself.
So you can put your stuff in this room. If you're staying for just the night, I would prefer if you don't go into the other room. That's my room. I live in this cabin permanently. I oversee it, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he goes, "I'm Stumpy, by the way." And he goes to shake all your hands.
Quite literal, isn't it?
Well, that's obviously not my real name, but the Stump it's hard to miss.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well met, Stumpy.
Maynard bless you, Stumpy.
He like perks up and Maynard is like, "It's been a long, long time since I've heard anyone speak that name. I think the last time I heard that was my father?
Is that so?
That was well before the Cataclysm."
I knew his worship wasn't that popular outside of my town, but I didn't think it was that
He looks
uncommon.
like dumbstruck when you're just talking about this, and he's like, "Worship of most things doesn't exist anymore." But and he leans in close, but he goes, "But if there is a god, he's definitely a dwarf." And he winks at you, and he pats you on the
I
back,
can agree with that.
and he says, "All right,
Didn't
well,
look. I want to whisper to whoever's next to me and be like, he didn't look like a dwarf to me.
who is next?" Okay, I'll let you guys decide. Who's next to Eon for that one? For that banger.
Who wants Lord Drop?
I assume, like, as it stands, I'm the one closest.
Yeah.
Oh.
You hear that?
No elaboration.
He goes, "Well, I'm sure that Aaron will come by and pick you guys up and tell you what you need to do, but when you're ready for dinner, I'll be making that."
We really appreciate it. Thank
We're
you.
ready now.
We appreciate you. Well, you got some work to
Leon,
do.
we have to work
beforehand.
first.
Okay.
We're just gonna get hungrier, you know.
Yeah, the
So
food will taste better after a little hard.
We
manual
call it
labor.
working up an appetite.
This one gets it, although they don't look like they've worked a day in their life. No offense, ma'am.
Oh, please. May I? And I ask for Stumpy's hand.
Yeah, he gingerly gives you his hand.
So I say, I serve those in ways that can serve me in ways I cannot. And I take his thumb and I wrap it around I wrap my arm around it and I pull his thumb and pop it.
Like a chiropractor?
Yeah, it's like you'll know how I learned how to do this later. I can roll for it if you want. Sleight of hand.
I'm just curious if it's good or not for him.
Well,
Was it good for you?
If he's someone who works with his hands
Yeah, he
regularly.
definitely is. You roll advantage for this then, if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I want to make sure I get my stats right here. Let me get my character sheet up. 18.
Yeah, so the thumb like bends and pops and he goes, "Oh! Whoa!" And he starts like flexing his hand and he goes, "Wow. Can you do that to any other part of me?" I'm just kidding. He claps you on the back, and this time he does claps you on the back for sure.
Ooh, Stumpy. You're enthusiastic.
You know they call me Stumpy, right?
I hope I don't.
He looks a little sad at that comment. He goes, "Well, maybe you'll find out." And he turns and he flicks open the curtain and walks back into his room.
Kara picks a bed and throws her pack down.
Yeah, there's enough
Yeah.
beds for all of you. You don't have to share. It's
Yeah.
literally a cabin.
Rubs out her calves after walking all day while waiting.
yeah, I
Yes.
think I'm gonna put my stuff down.
I'd say we're quite lucky to have found this place so far.
Yeah.
It's basically impossible to miss. You just follow the river, you hit us.
That does appear to have been the case.
It says like you can hear that from across the wall.
Fair enough.
Well,
Been a while since I've been on one of these. And just press
bed?
on the bed.
I'm
I'm
sniffing
far
mine.
more used to caves.
Do you
Ever used to-
want to sleep on the bed, or would you rather sleep on the ground?
I like crawl onto the bed like really weird, like it's just confused on kind of how you get onto
How much
a bed now.
bigger than the bed are you?
How
They're,
big
they're
is
for
this
like
bed?
normal people, and you're 7 feet, so you stick about like 2 feet.
Yeah.
It's like a twin size mattress for
Your
like you.
knees bend at the end of the bed, and your feet are firmly on the ground.
They say, I don't have a lot of experience with caves, but I do with dark alleyways.
Mm,
I think that can be kind of similar.
right.
Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
You hear a knock at the door. And Aaron, what did I call him? Aaron? I'm just gonna call him Aaron. Aaron is standing at the door with another man, and he goes, I don't know what to call you guys. Fellers? We'll just say fellers. Fellers!
Good enough.
This is the foreman, my brother, Milo. And Milo steps in, and he's a strapping young man, a little older than his brother. You can clearly see a family
humans?
resemblance. What?
Humans?
Yeah, they're humans. You can clearly see a family resemblance. Pretty much the same build. His hair is shorter. It's cut pretty, cropped, and it's red. And he's got a full beard. And he goes, "I hear you're looking for a place to stay tonight."
Yes.
That is
yes.
true.
Well, as my brother explained, you're more than welcome to, but we do have a couple rules, and we do need some help. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Of course.
He goes, first rule, absolutely no stealing. There's not much to steal around here, but if you find something worth it, don't. We don't have much. Second rule, we need help. You will be chopping some wood and hauling some wood. Obviously, we are a logging camp. That implies moving logs. If you want to earn your place here tonight, I need you to fill up the wagon for us. And he looks at Ron Haran and he goes, I don't think that'll be very hard for some of you. If others of you would like to make yourself helpful in other ways, I'm sure there's other things around the camp that could be helpful. If you don't feel like doing physical labor, just make sure you do your part. He says, I'm sure Stumpy wouldn't mind some help in the kitchen. Otherwise, chopping wood, cleaning up the grounds, or fetching water, or moving the logs into the wagon would be helpful. And lastly, if everything goes as planned, we'll provide you with a meal tonight, breakfast tomorrow, and a ride to River Run. Is that acceptable?
Sounds great to us.
Absolutely.
Sounds perfect.
Wonderful. If you need me, I will be in the main office. I have matters to attend to. I bid you adieu, and I will see you at dinner. And he bows politely, and he walks back to the office, leaving Aaron there. And Aaron goes, so who wants to do what?
Is the breakfast continental?
Should a buffet.
It's local to this forest only.
Okay.
I suppose we'll be the chopping team for sure.
Right.
I'll leave that up to you,
yeah.
but I
And
need
pick up logs,
any
like-
gestures to a few wood piles that are not small. They're lumber. It's large, heavy, hard work. And he goes, I need the wagon full of that lumber, and the lumber's already cut. He's like, otherwise there are smaller trees if you'd like to cut some down and help with clearing the grounds. You are more than welcome. Some of you can fetch water, and some of you can help with dinner. Let me know what you would like to do.
I think Stumpy and I already work well together.
Stumpy goes, yeah, we do, from the other side of the curtain.
Kara stretches, and I'll help load up the cart.
I'll chop some trees.
Just like, yeah, you know where I'll be. Like, I know my job here.
Awesome. And Eon?
Water.
Good job, Eon. We need
Proud of
water.
you.
All right.
Well said.
Aaron distributes the utensils that you'll be using. He obviously gives you guys axes and chains to help move the logs. He points you in the right direction, and he hands you a couple buckets and one of those things that you wear around. I don't know what they're called. They wear around your neck for the bucket fetching.
Water thing.
And he points you towards the kitchen, which is in the main room as well, in the other office. And he goes, "All right. Well, we'll meet back here at dinner time. Until then, you have your roam of the place." Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
And if you want, we can do some checks to see how efficiently you guys help. Anyone who's cutting wood, just give me a check for cutting. I don't know, your strength is probably fine for cutting wood. If you're hauling wood, give me a strength check. Everyone who's doing manual work, give me a strength check.
What if I
whatever.
do like an attack roll instead?
That's fine. Yeah, do that if you're attacking. Yeah.
I got a 14 for Holland.
Okay.
9.
And there's
Altogether.
something here.
6 plus
What
3.
did-
Make this easy on my
Unless you want me to count athletics, then it's 11.
How do you roll so low? It's like your best thing.
This happened last time too.
Yeah, he rolled low.
Yikes! All right. Well. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I feel like you're a little sluggish from this long trek that you guys have been on, and it's not. While you're optimistic about getting the job done and helping, just you're pretty burnt out. Like the tank is pretty empty.
He almost died earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like while you guys are doing the work, it's not as fast as you initially intended or what you would have liked. But you are getting it done at a slow pace.
Somehow,
I had a
unbeknownst
16.
to everybody, because Eon's unsupervised, they're really good at getting water. I rolled a 17.
You're just like running back and forth. You're filling up like bucket after bucket
too much
after
water.
bucket. It's honestly more water than anyone needs in the near future. But you're really fucking good at it.
Hell yeah, brother.
You're like just set on a task. You're like, hell yeah, I got this. And what are you doing?
I figured I would be helping Stumpy to make whatever he is making more efficiently. So any sort of like fetching ingredients or preparing or chopping things up, little busy work tasks in the kitchen.
Yeah, he
Like a
asked you
prep
to
chef.
do some prep work. He's like, can you cut onions?
Certainly.
Yeah, do an onion. A knife that's far too big for you. It's like more of a small sword.
And be like, do you mind? And pull out my dagger.
He goes, no, feel free, however you're comfortable. And you set to work slicing and dicing some onions, and soon enough there's a beautifully bubbling like pot of soup on the stove and fresh baked bread in the oven. The aromatics are filling the air around the logging cabin, and it smells great. Honestly, you guys are starting to smell it as the light starts to dim in the background, and you can tell that you're almost done. You're very close to done with the work for the evening.
Nice light effect.
I'm chopping them trees real good, man.
Kara stops and stretches a little bit. Ronhog, you're looking a little less perky than I would expect. How are you doing?
Just don't have my strength today, I guess.
I mean, you did almost die earlier, so...
You guys are having this conversation as you're dragging the last log to the cart.
All right, on 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Heave the log into the cart, and the cart groans, almost like a satisfied groan of being almost too full, but perfectly stable at the same time. And with that, Milo exits out of the building and goes, "Wow, great job, everybody. Thank you so much for your help. As we discussed, dinner's on us." And he gestures to the hall where dinner has been prepared.
Nice.
And tables have been set.
I call Eon, who's still running back
Yeah,
and forth.
it's just running back and forth. I think you have to physically go get Eon.
Like the water
Yeah.
basin's full and like
Yeah.
just keeps dumping water into it anyway.
There's fish on the ground around
The-
there too. Like
the-
they've been catching fish. Like,
The
I look-
Fantasia magic brooms.
When I'm done, I just want to take the axe and just throw it into a nearby tree.
yeah,
Try to look cool.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's sick as hell. It just
Hell
like
yeah.
Cool.
spins and like hits right in the center of a tree. Super cool. All
Hell
the
yeah.
lumberjacks like turn and go. One of them
Thank
who
you,
you
thank
haven't seen before comes around the corner and he's clapping too. He's like, "Wow, who's the new people?" I've been cutting wood.
Over here.
Hey man, you too.
And like Milo looks at him and he goes, "Have you been slacking off again?" And he goes, "No, I helped with the wood and the wagon's full. I did that." And he looks at you guys for like, "Help me."
Oh yeah, he's been chilling with me all day.
And Milo stares at him and he goes, "Tim, if I find out you're slacking off again, you're going straight back to River Run." And he goes, "I haven't. I haven't been slacking off. I've been helping. I'm very helpful. Let's get some dinner."
Yeah.
I'm super
I
hungry.
walk up to him, Tim. It's important to do your part.
Who the
that
fuck are you?
Persuasion or intimidation?
I think I'm like saying that like very kindly, just like it's important
Tim
to do
is
your
not
part.
taking your shit. You can notice that Tim is like a younger person too. He's
Teen.
like very, very young teen man. Tim is he's got scraggly beard. He's clearly younger. He's trying to grow it out. His muscles are less defined.
Kids these days.
Who are you? You're not my dad.
You're not my real dad.
His voice cracks a little bit.
And you can tell he's probably like 16 tops. He walks in front of you guys. He kind of like pushes you aside and gets in there in front of you just to be a dick.
I don't miss dealing with teenagers. I don't miss dealing with teenagers.
You guys hear Lick say that under their breath as you all walk into.
Clap Licks on the back.
I love how you move the map and we just all appear in the building.
By all accounts, a lovely looking dinner.
Lim, Stumpy, this smells amazing.
You guys killed it.
And me and the wee lass work well together. He says with a smile that almost betrays that they were cooking. Like you can't. It feels more intimate than it should be.
The food is, and Lim looks to Stumpy for assurance. Savory, but the chef is sweet.
Oh.
He
That
blushes. And he blushes like bright red, and he takes out a tankard and he hands it to every single person, and starts to fill it with ale.
That was cute and disgusting at the same time. Thank you.
And this is like a solid dwarven ale with a really good like a meat soup, some kind of soup with onions and meat.
Stew.
Like a stew.
We don't
And
talk
then
about the stew
there's
anymore.
freshly
John
baked
Stewman.
there's freshly baked bread. It's like almost artisan. It's got like rosemary in it with like olive oil drizzle, and there's some honey butter on the side.
God, I'm fucking hungry.
And there's some green
You can
beans.
tell
We are-
smaller hands placed all the rosemary petals.
They're like perfectly
How carefully
placed.
did you make the?
I was enjoying myself.
Yeah, this
Liv
is
had a pair of
honestly, as
tweezers,
far as it goes, this has been a
placing
very
everything.
solidly like good day for you guys, and it's ending with good meal with good company. So you guys start to eat, and if you guys want to talk about anything, now's the time.
How long are you guys out here? And I assume you don't work through the winter, or do you?
Oh, the winters are not super harsh around here, so we stay in River Run for most of the harshness of the very bad months, and then we come back as soon as we can and start it up again. This is me and my brother's lumber camp. It was my father's before that. Milo gestures to his brother Aaron, and he goes, "Yeah, dead timber logger camp has been in my family for years."
Dead Timber's quite a name.
Yeah, that's the name of the forest. And he points to the forest. He goes, "You came out of there. Did you not know where you were?" Matter of fact,
What's
why were you in there?
What's winter?
We don't want to take the road.
Why wouldn't you take the road that goes straight
stuff
through
comes
the
from the
forest? You didn't
sky.
take the road?
Uh-huh.
We
What do you
came in
mean
on
you didn't
carts.
take the road?
It's very boring.
Well, we started on the road.
I don't trust that road.
Trouble found us.
And Milo stares at you and he's like souping.
Stupid. New adjective unlocked.
He stares at you and he's souping and he goes,
Shut up,
"Trouble
Levi.
seem to follow you around?"
It wasn't our trouble to be in.
Good answer. And he turns away from you and sips his ale.
We haven't had the greatest luck today, per se. But we made it here. We're all alive. That's all that matters.
We all look at Ron.
I fucking hate sand.
If you hate sand, you'll hate where I was last winter. He's eating some soup. Milo says that.
Where were you
Where
last
were you?
winter?
Oh, I took us the winter off because we spent the harshest months at River Run, and we made quite a bundle last year, so I decided why not explore a little bit. I only get to be on this plane of existence once. So you had asked about. He's like, if you hate sand, you'll hate where I was last winter, and then you guys were asking about
Where he
where
went.
were you?
Where'd
And
he go?
goes, "Oh, we made a large amount of money, so I decided to take some time to myself and travel a little bit. So I went to the. I had to figure out what direction it was. Far west. And I explored some of the wishing wastes. And if anyone wants, they can make a check. I don't know what kind of check. Would be knowledge, geography, you know.
I got
Was that-
2.
Was that
I
witching
also
or
got
wishing?
it
Wishing. You got a 2.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah, you have no
It
idea.
wasn't where I was. So that was what I was checking.
Two
for.
gang, let's go.
11.
11. Okay, you're closer. I don't feel like you really left Alderay very much before this. Like, you know why?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and you got
Stuff going
essentially teleported to this continent. So
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely have no idea where this is.
Yeah, I got an 11 as well.
All right. So you and Ronaron have both heard of the Wishing Waste in passing. You do know that it is the desert of Kalos. Like it's just a giant desert, pretty much past River Run, a couple 100 miles. You run into the start of the Wishing Waste, and the Wishing Waste goes pretty much spans the entire middle of the continent up into a mountain range. So he was essentially saying that's where he was.
Makes sense geographically. Good job.
Dude, I made you should see the whole map. I made, like, there's, like, on the other side of the Wishing Waste, there's a jungle. And then the coastline, so it comes out. I fucking remembered science class, bro. I didn't even have to look it up. I was like, I know how to
Hell
do
yeah,
this.
brother.
I'm so proud of it. But yeah, that's essentially how, you do know that, I think it's, I forgot the mountain range there. I think it's the Avalinian Mountain. That might be the other one. There's a mountain range there. It's got a name.
Oh, I've
The rocks go
I've
up.
heard of the Wishing Wastes.
The
How
rocks
was
go
your
up.
trip?
It was interesting. I didn't really get what I wanted out of it.
No wish granting.
No. Are you aware of the tales?
Can't say that I am. I've only
And
heard
at
the
this
name in
point,
passing.
Milo stands up and he's had a little bit to drink, and he starts to sing a jaunty tune, essentially
I
explaining.
immediately join in. Don't know the words, but I start
You're
joining
just
in.
atonally humming. He starts to. It's like basically a song about the explanation of why the Wishing Waste is called the Wishing Waste, and it's like Jinn used to roam the desert, and if the theory is if you could catch one, you could wish for anything you wanted. And so the whole area is called the Wishing Waste. And yeah, it's just like a folksy song, a cappella-ly sung by a drunken man in a logging cabin. And I want that to be like where it fades out, and then the next scene that we have is you guys cleaning up and walking towards your cabin for the night.
Definitely
That food was
a.
as good as it smelled.
It was delicious.
Thank you very much for that.
Yes.
That's what food tastes like.
Who's helping
Correct.
clean up?
Limerence for sure.
Yeah,
Much
you stay
better
behind
than
and you're helping
bugs.
clean up.
Yeah, Carr helped gather plates and has brought it over to where they
Yeah,
did
as Stumpy's in the kitchen washing the dishes.
it. Washing.
I'm just holding the water. like,
You're very proudly holding a bucket of water that you got.
yeah, trying to assist him, but mainly just holding the water.
You're doing
Are
great.
you less afraid of water now?
Apparently. I rolled
The
a
rest of you
17.
going
I'm
back to the
not.
cabin? Alright, awesome. So, I'll just
Yes.
put it like, I can't really
For the
like,
viewers
zoom it
listening at
out,
home,
so
yes.
We'll just do that. Some of you are still in the thing, some of you are in the cabin. Just let me know who's
Oh,
where.
fuck. Okay, well.
Are you still
We'll
there?
just say the
Yeah.
right there.
I'm finishing up.
You seem like
Right.
the helpful type.
Clerics.
You notice that
You
every...
Call me
can't-
not helpful.
You can't stop till the task is done.
I prevented you from getting killed.
Milo walks
You don't know if I would have gotten killed.
Milo walks away and goes to his office door and says, in the morning we'll give you breakfast and a ride to River Run, but you guys have been amazing guests. And he stumbles into his office and he closes the door. And you can hear him fall down on what sounds like possibly furniture. And his brother Aaron looks over and he goes, he sleeps in there a lot, he's fine. And he goes, well, I will also be going to bed. And then he looks around and he goes, he notices that you haven't drank any of your ale, and he just grabs your cup and he brings it to his bed. And he sits down on his bed and falls over singing the Wishing Away song to himself.
I never like sleep weirdly in the bed. Like a cat on the sheets.
And then Tim goes over towards the bed by the door and starts setting up for the night.
Eon, have you seen a bed before?
Only the ones that swing. Those are fun.
This is not quite that.
No.
Are you guys talking in the? You're still in the?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
if Eon is holding the water.
Yeah, Stumpy's almost done washing dishes, and he goes, "All right, that should be all of it." Says so. We could go back to our cabin and let these fellas get some sleep. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow. And Stumpy starts walking across the grounds, back towards the other cabin.
Yep. Follow
Enters
him.
the door and enters his room, and he goes, "I bid you good night." And you can hear him slouch down on his bed. Are you guys in the other cabin then? I'm gonna move this if you are. So.
Alright.
We will go and we will stay.
All right, awesome. So we're all in You have time now to get ready for bed. Do what you need to do before bed. Just let me know if you're doing anything spectacular or what's the dealio.
What's the weather like tonight?
The weather is incredibly clear. There is not a cloud in the sky. It is cool. It's like a 69-degree night. Stars are shining. Moon is half full. Second moon is fully full.
Is Fahrenheit canon?
Yeah. It's different though.
Okay.
It's made for a guy named Farron who measured the temperature and his height. He's a giant.
Cool.
12 Fahrenheit is cold.
How's the weather up there, Farron?
This guy gets it. On the spot, made that up. Was great. Yeah, so you can momentarily you hear the bubbling of the water as it flows past the cabin. It's honestly super calming.
Oh, well, we had quite a day. I'd say it's a little less exciting than the day before, but we had a good hard day's work, and I am quite ready for sleep.
Agreed. Oh, I haven't had a meal that good in ages. I'm ready to rest.
Before lying down to sleep, Limerence takes off her leathers and straps and otherwise survival-related gear for the first time since showing up to the camp, and steps outside to the water for a moment.
You hear, you see Limerence. Do you leave your stuff inside, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Limerence strips and steps outside and walks over to the water, and you hear them start to wade into it. It's like a, it's dead quiet, and you just hear buzzing, and then you hear the
Slight change in the burbling of the water.
Yeah. Anyone want to do anything else, or explain what they're doing in the water? Possibly?
Ian is laying down, trying to sleep for the first time in the bed.
Huge.
How you doing?
Their eyes are closed in the bed. We'll put it that way.
Have you?
I just say whatever. And probably around like 2, 3 a.m. They like just wake up and go outside and do their little star dance.
Where are you doing your star dance at?
There's a nice area right here.
Oh, you want to move to your character there?
Bloop.
Does anyone wake up when gets up? Anyone a light sleeper?
I think I am a light sleeper.
Who was that? What was that?
So yeah, I guess you would hear Beyond get up and
Yeah.
walk outside.
Yeah, I would notice but not care to do anything.
Just roll over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to like a window or something and take a peek.
Kind of looks like Tai Chi.
Do you want to describe what you're doing?
Tai Chi.
So descriptive.
Very helpful.
Wow.
Huge. Huge.
Describe Tai Chi to someone who's never seen Tai
Oh
Chi before.
man, that sucks. First of all, I'm glowing.
That's part of Tai Chi.
Yeah, I was
Whoa.
gonna say glowing
Yeah.
is now Tai Chi glowing.
On the inside, you gotta glow from the inside first.
Oh, got you.
Okay, wait, I can do it. I can just move it.
There you
There
go.
we go. Yeah.
Um,
Wow, that's handy.
But they're like slow yoga poses in the form of a dance in a not very big circle, but directed at the stars.
I think I'm gonna watch for a moment in curiosity.
That is Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, as explained by
Wait.
Eon on the podcast ValorBound.
Thank
Tai
you,
Chi's just
Eon.
different in
Step
this world,
one,
okay?
glowing.
Ah, shit.
Really slow yoga.
Really slow yoga. Yeah, I'm
It's
just
a
gonna
yoga dance.
It's a yoga dance. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch for a bit in curiosity, and then probably kind of wander back to sleep. I don't want
Yeah, I
to
don't
go
think
and
you've ever-
disturb them.
I don't think you've ever seen anything quite like it.
I don't think so either.
So you
Don't
react
think
to that.
so
I would
either.
like to react to that.
I think it is just like mostly curiosity, you know.
There we go. Yeah, no,
yeah.
that greeny yellow color. Perfect.
Yeah, Lakes hasn't seen a ton of the world outside of the city.
How far do you glow up? Is it 5 feet?
Like an EDM
Or 10 feet?
It's like
Now, that's more what
so
I
for everyone who
imagine.
doesn't know, one of our instruments shitted out, so you can't really see the map very well. But I made the glowing effect happen.
in a 5 to 20 foot radius.
So choose how big you want it. Let me know.
It's pretty bright. I'm not worried. I'm not hiding.
Yeah, cool.
This is beautiful full moon. Oh yeah, it's pretty bright. Nice bright glow.
You do 8. I don't know. It doesn't know how to do 8.
It looks fine. It looks good. It's a good glow.
All right. So yeah, there's a glow emulating off of that. And how long do you do this for?
It's the rest of my long rest.
Cool. Are you in a
That's
trance
just
or are you aware of your surroundings?
Funky boy. I do not need to sleep, but again, the benefits of a long rest. I watch the stars. I remain alert and aware of my surroundings. I have advantage on my next intelligence check related to the stars, constellation, or the weather.
Okay, cool. At one point, about an hour into you doing your dance, you start to hear the cabin door over here open, the other cabin, and you hear footsteps groggily walking out. And then out of the corner of your eye, you see Tim
Mm-hmm.
drunkenly stumbling past you, and he's like, "What the fuck? I don't. I gotta take a piss." And you see he starts to walk past you and walk over here.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Take
do
a
any.
piss.
Yeah. Do I notice anything?
Seems like he's going to take a piss.
Then
sound
I'm
of
not gonna.
pissing.
Yeah,
I'm not
after a
gonna
couple
do
minutes, you hear
anything.
footsteps, you hear him stop, and you hear.
Does he come back?
Suddenly,
No.
there is a loud scream.
No.
Tim.
Not while he's
Well, I'm
pissing.
gonna immediately go
A
over there.
blood-curdling screech.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over there.
Does anybody wake up?
I definitely wake
Yeah.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
My glowing blood. Move the glow.
Okay.
I'm awake.
Push Ron out of the bed to get him to wake up.
Start running out, strapping armor to my body.
There you go.
All right. Does anyone have dark vision?
I don't think so.
Well, I glow.
Yeah,
so
you glow. You can shine up to 20 feet. I'm just wondering for everyone else involved.
If I remember correctly, none of us do.
That is a huge exploit. that
I
was
do
not aware of.
have. Wait, no.
Things are gonna get crazy because you can't see in the dark.
Cool.
Woo.
All fights are now at night. Weird how that works. No one else has dark vision. It'd be under racial traits.
No.
All right, so you run out into the dark. All you see is I almost said lumen. Sorry, Eon's light glowing.
You
about-
said there was 2 full moons?
there's 2 full moons. It
It is not dark
semi-bright.
out.
It is dim
It's
dim
dim.
lighting.
Here, let me.
You
here,
do
let
not
me
need a
adjust it.
flashlight for
You don't
2
need
full
a,
moons.
Okay, well, there's no flashlights anyways, but it's
torches.
I said that it was a crescent moon and a full moon.
Don't. That's enough.
It's
One full moon's enough.
decently lit. Let's just say that. Let me find the.
It's lit enough to where you're not gonna immediately be blind. Like.
Yeah, you don't need like dark vision, but you can't see everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to set it.
It's all in shades of gray.
See, it's well lit enough. You hear a blood curdler screech. You start running out. You hear everyone else in the other building start to wake up, and they start opening the door and running out as well. The horse seems spooked. One of them runs to the horse and starts to calm it, and one of them runs up. You can start to see
Can
Milo.
I
running
dash
up.
the rest of the way? I don't know if we're in combat.
We are not in combat currently, so let me know what you guys want to do.
I would like to dash the other 30 feet.
Stumpy comes running out.
Yeah. We all are running out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want.
What's going on? Stumpy yells. Milo goes, "Where's Tim? Where's Tim?"
Eon, did you see what happened?
I am running over there.
So you go to you point to the direction where Tim's voice, where you saw him walk to take a piss to, and there is nothing there currently.
Not even piss.
There is piss. There's a wet mound of piss, and there is nothing else.
Tim!
Is there any like
Tim!
indicator of a direction?
There is nothing,
Okay.
and Milo goes, "Fuck, not again!"
What do you mean again?
He starts pacing back and forth, and he goes, "People just keep going missing at night. I told Tim if he had to piss, just go out the window. Fucking kid never listens," and he throws something. He throws one of the buckets that you gathered. I just figured they were leaving. I mean, we get a lot of travelers through here. And at that point, Aaron comes running up, and he goes, I made sure the horse didn't run. Is everything okay?" And Milo goes, "Tim's fucking gone." He goes, "Fuck."
Do you have any more information? Has there been any screaming before this?
No, we wake up in the morning and people are gone, but you gotta understand, this is a logging camp. Like, people come and go. We just figured they were leaving in the middle of the night.
I can understand that assumption, but I don't think that's the case in this one. I think we need to try and find him?
Yeah, we do need to. He's my fucking nephew. We need to find him. My sister's gonna fucking kill us. And at that point, you can see that Aaron's like, she's gonna kill us.
We're gonna find him. We're gonna find him.
Okay.
We make some torches.
If you think you can.
I'm gonna grab Eon by the hands and try to beckon them to come with me in the direction that they're going, assuming that's where Tim's scream came
Yeah.
from. They said he
Yeah.
was peeing, right?
Yeah.
Can you smell?
Can I?
You smell the piss?
What is he, fucking Lassie? Dude?
No, I'm asking. I don't know.
No,
If,
this is really funny.
I don't know if Eon can smell. Can you smell?
Like a investigation check?
Yeah, let me know what you guys are doing.
I'm watching someone smell piss.
I'm not smelling
I-
piss. I'm looking to see
If you can smell a fresh puddle of piss.
Kara is
17
grabbing some of
for
her torches.
investigation.
Okay, how many torches do you have?
I have 10.
Who are you giving torches to?
One for me, and I think I'll hand out two more, so 3 total. So if one of you guys wants them,
Probably Ron Harag being the biggest, right?
Yeah.
Should hold the
Yeah.
torch.
and then one for Milo or Aaron. No one should go alone. So we should always be in at least 2 people.
It's time to split the party.
Let's just assume you have vision. I'm not gonna go through and make all the lighting.
Yeah.
You have vision. You can see decently. It's
Yeah, everyone's
right
got
out.
a torch. We're good.
All right, cool. Everyone got a torch. And who was investigating? Sorry.
That was
Me.
Eon and I. Yeah, we're looking for
I'm
where
running off in this direction and looking to see where
Tim disappeared from.
Yeah, there's a couple other people that are walking around in other area. Like Aaron goes off to the left to look in the piles over here. Stumpy's looking around his house. Milo is heading back towards the water.
Stick together.
Nobody listens. They are in a panic right now. And you guys are looking for Tim. You guys move to the direction where you think that the scream came from after triangulating it. You find some scratch marks where it looks like almost dragging, and also it looks like piss, wet ground, and then like dirt that has clearly been disturbed.
Okay.
Can I follow the trail? Can we follow the trail?
At a glance, is there any blood?
There is a small amount of blood.
Okay, but it doesn't look like someone was like attacked. You know, it looks like they were taken.
It looks like they get possibly both.
Okay.
You can't
okay.
tell off, just a glance.
It's definitely not like some sort of dog or bear or something. This is animals
Let's
don't
follow the track.
animals don't kidnap
I'm
people.
going to tell the camp workers to stay here, so that
Are
we
you
don't
guys
have more people
joining us?
to.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So that we
haul
don't
ass.
have more people to try and save.
And then you're gonna join.
And Kara's gonna yell out to them, "Stay here in case he comes back."
I'm gonna stay here so I don't have to see my sister. She'll fucking kill me.
Alright,
Fair
let's
enough.
Full steam ahead on this trail. Do I need to roll again?
Who's going first?
Although no
I guess it would be best if Eon went first, right? Being the light, literally glowing.
Friends
I would
existed.
also like
Oh,
to
yeah, that's right.
cast a spell.
I've never seen.
Okay, go for it.
I would like to cast mage armor on myself.
I feel like it would take
Okay.
more than 20 years.
What does that look like?
For, the colloquialisms to fall out of use.
I just
so full
touched
steam
my
ahead's probably still in
clothes,
use.
and the light that's glowing off of me now almost looks like it's glowing around me too, and almost like a little bubble of light.
And you take the lead.
Yeah,
Awesome. Where are you going?
I'm following this trail.
I said that there was scratch marks, dirt that looked unturned, and some blood and some piss. So where are you going with that?
Yeah. Are
Following
we,
the scratch.
Do we
marks in
follow
the
the
dirt.
blood
we're
with the piss?
seeing if there's any other signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. Want me to roll again to?
Yeah,
follow the
yeah,
trail?
really good.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guidance.
What does that do?
You add a
D4.
D4.
That is a 16.
Yeah, so you do notice that it looks like the scratch marks just stop like where they start. And where they start is literally right on top of the dirt that looks like it had been moved.
So is there just a big hole of dirt?
It's not a hole, but there's when you rebury something and the dirt looks like it's moved?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like that.
But there's no trail, huh?
But there's a little bit of
the-
blood. And a
Are
little
there
bit of piss.
drag marks
I
to the hole?
There's no drag marks and it's
I
not
think
The-
it could be underground.
Mm-hmm.
or above.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
two options.
think above is
I
more
want to
likely since
reach
there's no
down to
hole.
where the ground is and see if it's soft.
I would like to look up.
a hole. What's your AC?
Since I'm holding a torch, it is
16.
The second you reach down to the ground, a large maw grabs you. And the last thing you see before you roll initiative is Ronarog start to get pulled down.
Damn it!
And with that, I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Guys, there's sand. There's fucking sand here. Don't let me.
The fucking
Hell yeah.
Oh, huge.
Motherfucker!
This will get a surprise round, just so you know. All right,
More
so
baby.
dragging Ron Harag into the ground. Giant maw pops up above ground for a split second. You want to put that by Ron Harag? All
That's
you
where this
see-
thing comes in.
All you see is a giant maw grasp Ron Harag and start dragging them downwards. This is a surprise round, so they're gonna take their full action. Let me see what they can do with that.
My expertly painted boy.
All right.
And nobody was allowed to see.
Yep.
Definitely saw it.
So you are going to take. I'm sorry in advance.
I don't like how you said that.
You're gonna take 10 damage slashing, and then another 3 damage acid as you get pulled under the earth. And you get pulled. Let's see. Suddenly, you just start to go down. You are 7 feet tall. You are fully under the earth. You see Ron Harag's legs dip below the earth, and the hole collapse in on itself and reform in new dirt. And Ron Harag is currently under the earth. And with that, it is
Bro, the ground loves to swallow
Lim's
me.
turn.
Like, I have a vendetta against like being on the ground now.
Lim's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, you better learn how to fly
So
real
it
quick.
looks like a mostly collapsed tunnel. Like, you could definitely get through it. It'd be difficult, but like you could if you had to. Everyone has a dig speed. I'm pretty sure. It's just not great.
So Ron Haran has been taken.
Has been taken.
Okay. We need a crew. I need a team. So my first thing is going to be, okay, who had torches?
Everybody had torches.
Everybody
We're
had
just
torches?
going, yeah, everybody had torches.
Okay, then I am going to dash back toward the camp to grab to get the attention of the rest of the logging camp.
Okay. Yeah, let me see how far you. What's your movement speed?
30 feet.
So if you're dashing, that'd be 60 and be your full turn. Is that okay?
Yep.
30 feet would get you almost back to the cabin.
Yeah.
So just say you're around the cabin.
Yeah, I want to go like to the clearing where people would be able to see
And
me.
yelling is a free action, so.
Okay.
So are you just screaming?
Yeah, like I would just be like yelling, to me!
Yeah, everyone in the camp hears you, and you can tell that they're going to run to you on their turn.
Okay.
And that would be your full turn, so now it is Lix's turn.
God, okay. It's like, what the fuck do
Yeah.
I do in this situation?
It's-
Like, I could stab down, but that comes with the risk of hitting Ron Haran. I think I'm just gonna try to start digging down in there.
Yeah, I'm unsure of how dig works, so give me 1 second to pull up the mechanics for that.
I don't know that it's generally super well defined.
I'm sure there's something. I'm sure somebody's come up with something. We'll homebrew it if we have to. I would say you probably on your turn dig like 5 feet if you used your whole turn.
But even if I like dash and double
That's
dash,
with dash.
What
Like
about-
that is full.
what if I double dash?
Can you double dash?
Yeah.
That'd be 10 feet then.
Cool.
That rule I made up just now. Yeah, sure. We'll let you have it.
Yeah.
If you can double dash, you would be able to dig 10 feet. But you don't know how deep he is. You just know that
Yeah.
his legs are gone.
Yeah.
Be putting those kids to holes to shame.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's a lot of
Yeah.
digging.
Because I have cunning action, so that means I can dash twice.
I
so-
said 5. I don't think that's right, but we're going with it. That seems,
Yeah.
it seems reasonable. It's probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah, go for it.
I'm just really good at digging.
Yeah, you see the partially collapsed tunnel where he went in, and if you want to use your double dash,
Yeah, let's
to
fucking
dig,
do it.
Go for it. Yeah, so you dig down 10 feet. You're just double daggered, fucking stabbing your, and it's easier
Using my
because the tunnel,
swords to
the tunnel is like
It's soft
it's
dirt.
softer dirt than
Yeah.
just regular dirt. So when you're going, it seems like it'd be hard, but when you start to go, it definitely gets easier. Ronarog, roll me a d20. No additives. What do you get?
5.
Okay, you do.
Do I hit him?
You do hit him.
Oh no!
But it's only for 1 damage. You feel the boot hit, like you hit his boot, and you're like, on fire! You got his leg, and you can see his foot poking
Yeah.
through the hole. So
God damn it. This poor guy.
God damn, bro.
that is your full turn. We got.
I am the
a
biggest
break.
damsel in
We
distress
got
you'll ever.
we got the thing's turn.
Wondering who the
now.
princess is made. It's fucking
Wait.
me.
Now it's its actual turn.
It had its surprise action, and now it's its
Ron
action.
Haran
turn.
so baby girl.
Help me.
Yeah, you hear muffled screaming, and then it's the thing's turn. The second you hit his foot, I won't even make you take damage for that. I'm just gonna let it slide. You hit his foot. The second you start to grab it, it gets pulled out from your hands as you get burrowed deeper into the earth. And Ronharog, suddenly you went from being underground to falling. As you fall to a subterranean layer. No one else is in here. Ronharog is in here though, so put yourself like in the middle.
How high is the the ceiling?
It's
I'm
like
wondering.
it's a small drop. It's like
Okay.
5-10 feet.
Yeah,
you
that's
fall
what I
into the
was wondering.
subterranean layer, and this thing rises up and looks at you, screeches, and then burrows back into the the ceiling above you. And if you look around you, it's dimly lit. And it's not even lit. I would say it's pitch black. You have no idea what's around you.
Guessing I don't have my torch anymore, probably.
Likely not. It would have been snuffed.
No, but you do hear chittering.
Oh, that's the worst sound.
Hate that sound.
And with that,
I'm listening, I promise.
You got an explorer's pack, right?
it's not his turn though. Well, actually, it is now. It is your turn actually now.
I'm gonna open a Kara. I guess they're the same.
Cars
one.
after. Well, they have the same. Who has the better dexterity bonus?
I think that's
Probably Kara.
I have one.
wrong.
I got a
We'll see.
0.
So yeah, he would go first then.
I say if you have an explorer's or dungeoneer's kit, that comes with a torch and something to light it with.
But
That's
did
if you grabbed it.
grab it on your way out
Mm-hmm.
to find out what the scream was?
All your stuff.
I was realizing after he got pulled under that I took all my gear off
You did
before.
you
Yeah,
say
Yeah.
that.
yeah. So
I explicitly said I was putting stuff back on.
Yeah,
As I
you
ran
did.
out.
All right. Well,
You never said you took stuff off, so I'm assuming you just didn't, and you didn't either. So
clerics.
I was gonna say.
Clerics.
Eon's not smart enough to take their clothes off to go to bed.
Roderick didn't say anything either, but they didn't say they brought anything exclusively. So I'm gonna say at this point you have your sword and your shield
And the shiny.
and the shiny
Why-
armor.
Who would ever take that off? Like it's
Say, I
still
don't-
shiny.
What would you like to do in this pitch black darkness, subterranean lair?
There's a slight clinch.
well, I'm gonna use second wind first off to get some health back. Like
Go for it.
6. So at least I get
What does second wind look like? What happens? Is it magical? Is it just you being a man? What is it?
Hey, I mean, Ron just like he's in pain, and it's literally just basically like getting that nice little second wind. And he's just, and just somehow just
It's like in Demon
Like,
Slayer
so
where they like
stops
use
breathing.
breathing to
Yeah.
like heal their
When
body.
you when you stub your toe, but you gotta act cool about it.
Nothing happened.
Okay, I'm good.
So
Like,
yeah, you're just like in the dark. You're like, fuck! And what else did you like? You are currently in the dark. If you stand fully up, you start to bump your head on the ceiling. It is best you can tell, it's probably about a 6-foot ceiling.
okay,
So it's a pretty small space vertically.
right. So did that thing go back up?
Yeah,
the same
yeah, you
way
heard
it
it
came?
just go and go. You can't see, but you heard it go back into the ceiling.
I would rather dig up after it than stay in this fucking cave that I am currently.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
Is second wind an action or a bonus action?
It's a bonus
Bonus.
action.
Okay, so you still have an action.
Yes, I still have an action. Actually, before I do that is,
So it's pitch black in here, and all I hear is chittering, right?
Yeah.
That's about it.
Scraping and chittering.
Okay. Well, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go right back up after it.
Okay.
Fuck
So I
it,
said
bitch.
5 feet, so it'd still be 5 feet for you. So you jump into the ceiling, and it's pretty soft dirt, and you start to climb your way. You make it about what you presume to be 5 feet, but you know that there's at least 5 feet more of dirt above you.
Got you.
And that is your turn. Kara. Back to the surface.
Kara is currently holding a torch to help Lix see.
Okay.
And then has her mace in her other hand. And did make sure to grab her shield, but it's on her arm. She's not holding it really. And saw Ron boot disappear, and is going to hand the torch to Lix, who is bursted themselves out a little bit there, and is going to also dig. So can only get about 5 feet.
You already. How far down?
10 feet.
Nice. Yeah, so you would, if you help dig the same hole, you would break through, but you're not digging the exact same spot where Ron said that they followed the thing back up. The thing was not going up the same hole it went down in. So when you start to dig, you realize that you just punch straight through into a chasm.
A void.
A void, and you have a torch.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna yell, "Ron!
You hear a muffled Because your head is in the dirt.
Can I hear which direction it's coming from?
It sounds like. Because okay, so if your head is like in the middle, it would sound like below but next to you.
Okay.
Because you dug down, so like.
Right.
And
I'm just gonna. I'm digging back up.
you just hear.
Ron around, we're coming for you! And Tim!
What'd you like to do?
And I'm gonna drop the torch down.
The torch goes and lands on the ground, and you see Tim's face lying face up looking at you, eyes wide with terror.
Tim! Are you alive?
Tim is clearly dead.
Shit!
Fuck.
You can't see anything besides his face, but the torch landed right next to him, so.
Yep. Shit. I can't. There's not much else I can do, because.
Okay.
Yeah, the digging was my action.
No, you got light down. That's a smart move. On to Eon.
Well, Eon's intelligence-wise is average for a wizard. Feel like.
They're street smarts. About average for a star.
Feel like they would go try and like. They've got rope. Maybe like try and lower some rope down.
Yeah, you start to lower rope down. The rope just falls on Tim's face.
Damn. Poor Tim.
There's now rope into the hole. The hole is big enough for you to go one at a time if you really needed to.
Is that my whole action?
No,
I don't know how
I would
much
say
time
that's probably just a bonus action to throw a rope down.
I'll go down it then if it's just a bonus action.
Yeah. You get on the rope and you slide down, your light shining outwardly, and for the first time you're able to see the inside of this chasm. When you hit the bottom, your light expels, and you can see the whole width of the chasm, which is about, let's see, it's about like 80 feet across by 20 or 30 feet wide. So in this chasm you can see, first of all, Tim's body. He is completely severed in half, and on the half of him that is the torso half, there is clear acid burns eating its way up the torso part. His legs are nowhere to be found. You hear chittering from both corners, and all around you see what look to be white stones precariously placed on top of bone mounds.
I'm gonna pull Ron Harag out of the ceiling.
Ronarog, your legs are still hanging down from the ceiling. Give me a strength check to see if you can pull Ronarog out. You don't know what's pulling you, by the way.
I was gonna say I feel like gravity is on my side with this one.
Do you want to fight this, or what are you doing? Suddenly something just grabs you.
That is
Yeah.
a solid 8.
I rolled a 12 plus my strength.
Yeah, this is contested. Ronarog is not coming down.
But does he knock himself out?
No.
That's
I'm gonna
probably-
yell, "Get down!"
You hear Eon's voice, "Get down!" But it's muffled.
Oh.
Oh.
Do I have to wait for my turn to get down?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're gonna have to wait. Alright, and with that, that's gonna be Eon's turn. We are on to the next person, which I believe is top of the initiative, correct? Let me check. At the top of the initiative, we're gonna have something new happen that we've never had happen before, called a layer action. Oh, you guys know what layers?
Yeah.
So this is something that happens when the area itself has something happen. So I'm gonna roll a dice, and we'll see what happens. That's crazy. Eon, you are down at the bottom.
What?
When
Oh.
what?
I thought you just meant you are down.
No. You're down at the bottom.
You're
When
dead.
Suddenly, you hear the chicking increase, and one of the stones in the corner breaks open as a small parasitic-looking creature stumbles out of what appeared to be an egg. And also, around the corner comes not one, but two more. Oh, God, that's bad. I didn't move that. Oh, no.
Some more of these?
No. They look
Little
like
ones.
that, but smaller. They're
Babies.
little babies. So there's now 3 of these things coming at you, Eon.
Kill them with fire.
And they look angry and hungry. And with that, it is one of your
Me.
turn. Your turn.
Yeah.
On your turn, the other men converge on your location as well. So we'll get to that in 1 sec. Sorry.
Okay.
Our initiative's almost a perfect circle.
Who fucked it up?
These two.
Just that my dexterity is lower.
All right. On your turn, everyone meets back up with you. All right. What would you like to do, Lim?
Okay. I'm going to say, Tim got dragged down some kind of hole. Ronnie got pulled down the same hole. We're gonna need rope, shovels, blast powder if you have it, and something to deal with. And I look back and see if we can see the giant monster from here.
There's nothing.
There's probably a giant pile of dirt, though.
Yeah, there's
deal
a
with-
decent pile of dirt.
Whatever grabbed them and brought them under.
They nod and they
Move
run
to
off in
7.
separate directions.
Okay.
You know that on your next turn, they will be wherever you are with a couple of the suggested supplies. I'm not
Okay.
going to say all of them, but some of them.
Yeah, I'm going to go and gather my gear. So that would be my movement to the cabin, and then my action to put
To
on
don
my gear.
your gear,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's my turn.
All right, that is your turn. We're on to Licks.
Let's go.
There's a hole. You've seen a body. You've seen things crawling towards your friends.
Am I?
midnight friends.
I'm gonna go down there.
Heroic superhero landing. You fall into the pit of despair right
On
as
top of
more
things.
things chitter chatter around you. Ka-chow.
Kerchow.
These things are angrily hissing at you at this point.
That's great. I'm gonna hurt things, probably, most likely. Give me 1 second. let me look at some things real fast.
You can look.
Can't touch.
Or I can touch. I'm gonna roll well. Knock on wood.
I paid a lot of money for that wood. That's what they sound like.
Okay.
All right, so there's
I
3
jump
of
down
them.
there,
Yep.
and then the one's right.
I'll let you place yourself. Well, you would land right next to
Tim.
Tim and probably on top of
If I
him.
land right here,
Yep.
then I'm going to fucking run over this way, I think.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit that motherfucker.
Go for it.
I hit the mic on accident. I didn't mean to talk onto it.
Smack that.
I'm gonna smack that bitch.
Go for
under
it.
Under the floor.
Under the floor.
Ooh! I'll tell you what, that was a good roll.
Tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
God damn it.
What is that? A 23, I think.
Oh yeah, that barely hits.
Yeah, barely,
This is
Barely.
barely. And since another ally of mine is within 5 feet of the enemy,
Oh no.
I get sneak attack.
Rogue does the rogue thing.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
I know, guys, it's crazy.
We be balling out here.
Imagine rogues doing rogue things. It's 4 damage.
4 damage. Like, explain how this happens.
I'm just I do the superhero land, fucking like spit, like use Eon's back as like leverage, like push my back against it, spin around, and then just go like peek out from behind and stab.
This thing screams as you sever one of its 6 legs off of it, and it spews a little acid in your direction, but it doesn't hit you.
Hell yeah.
But you can see that you definitely
How
heard
much
it.
did you do?
I did 4. No, I did 7.
Oh yeah, that hurt it a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
still same thing happens, but it looks angry.
I forgot to add my damage
Takes
modifier.
more.
looks bloodier.
And then I'm gonna take my second sword. Stab it again.
Go
Stab
for
it
it.
again.
Dual
And I'm just
weaponry!
Twirl to the other side. Hit it with the other.
You're just using Oh,
Oh, that's the wrong dice. My bad.
Yeah, roll the
I'm
hit.
tired. 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh.
Roll damage.
Barely.
Barely.
7.
All right. Finish it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do the same thing. Twirl to the other side, stab the sword in, twist it.
Nice. When it dies, it falls over, and acid starts just spewing out of its holes in its and all over the ground next to you. It's not getting, you're not touching it, but it's definitely, there's acid there. You can tell as this thing makes a death scream and dies.
We
All right.
love killing things.
That was sick. With that, it is definitely someone else's turn.
Ron.
Ron.
You're in this scary new environment.
All right.
Wait, is it your turn?
Yeah.
No,
It
I
should
think,
be.
I think it's
It's Ron.
the other thing's
Oh,
turn.
Oh shit! Damn it!
It's the monster.
There's still there's still a monster.
a big monster. There's some little monsters.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my initiative order. God damn, I keep losing it. All right. Who's still at the surface? Anyone still at the surface?
Me.
And
Just-
you're not anywhere near there.
Just
Okay.
me.
And
Yeah.
Kara.
Energy back
Yep.
up.
Kara's up.
I'm-
Oh, you're still at the surface
I'm
too.
still
Yeah.
near there.
Awesome. What's your AC?
16.
All right, give me 1 sec. See if I can hit that. I definitely can hit that.
You rolled a
Suddenly,
20, bitch?
rolled 19 on the dice.
You cursed fucking bastard.
Yeah, suddenly you feel essentially the same thing that happened to Ron
Oh my
Rock.
God,
Suddenly
dude.
there is a clench around you as you start to get pulled under the earth, and you're going to take 10 slashing damage and 3 acid damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it hurts to get pulled
Holy
under.
shit!
And you're getting,
That's
and
the
you guys start to
average.
hear movement above you.
It almost killed me.
And now it's Ron Rock's turn.
Okay. So I'm still in the hole.
No, you gotta get down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I drop down.
Alright, I won't let you, that's fine. You don't have to do anything for that.
Falling is a free action.
you see all your friends. some of your friends around.
Whereabouts do I fall to?
Right where you were. Yeah, you're fine. Right there. Right next to your friends.
Okay. Sick.
That was good.
Don't step in the acid.
Right. So it's lit up in here, right?
Yeah, you can
glowing.
definitely see everything. around.
Okay, cool. Can I reach the closest thing to attack it?
Yeah. You can reach any
You
of
can
them.
run to him.
You can move to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have full movement.
It's like 10 feet away.
Yeah, go for an attack.
Ah, sick.
This little thing hisses up at you and bears its little tiny fangs.
It'd be cute if it wasn't trying to kill us.
It's just hungry.
It's just hungry.
It's a little guy.
I feel like you're disoriented by dropping from the ceiling, and you.
10.
Oh, shit.
Strength
Yeah.
plus proficiency.
That's right. Sorry, I forgot the proficiency.
What is
Don't
it?
forget
It's
those
10.
bonuses.
I
Yeah, it's
forgot.
same thing. So
Yeah.
you're still disoriented from dropping from the ceiling. So you basically land and start running, and then you swing, but you swing over its head and miss completely.
All right. Yeah, guess I'll end my turn with that one.
Rad. Kara, you are getting dragged. You can make a contested grapple check to try to get out of the drag.
They're dragging you.
Yeah, I am going to resist.
Alright, go for it. It's a strength check, I think, to get out of grapple.
Yeah, probably strength saving
Yeah.
throw.
Yeah.
9.
You do not get out of that. You start to kick or punch or something, and you feel you're connecting, but it just does not seem to care as you're getting dragged further down.
I'm also going to yell, "It's pulling me down. We've made it down underground."
You just hear that, essentially that. It's kind of muffled though, so you might not get all of it, but you get just that they are being pulled. When you look, no one is there anymore, so you get what's going on.
It's pull ground.
That seems about right.
And with that, it's Eon's turn.
I feel like they don't like fire. If I had to guess.
Most bugs don't.
So I'm gonna
Creatures.
cast Firebolt on the one over here. Actually, not gonna throw a ball of fire in our face. I'm gonna throw it at the one over there.
Appreciate
A
it.
lot of wizards. Just casting fireball at
and
5 foot range.
What this looks like is Eon's pulling out one of them acorns in its pocket and is charging it up, inspired by the blast squirrel, and is going to try and lob a acorn at this thing that is now on fire.
13 does not hit.
Wow.
You see the acorn shriek past and hit it in the chest, but it just seems to bounce harmlessly off and fall to the ground.
Damn
Well,
exoskeleton.
If it can't hit it because it'll be on fire.
Oh. Okay.
So it would
well,
have
then
to go
it misses.
somewhere over here.
I will say it shrieks into one of the eggs on the side and shatters it.
I was gonna say there's just gonna be something over here's on fire.
Yeah, one of the eggs gets hit and gets lit on fire. You can hear sizzling as the unborn thing in it is currently burning. You still have movement.
I'm going to move by the rope. Just stay by the rope. I'm ready.
What?
All right. With that, we are at the top of the initiative order.
Bitch be thirsty.
So, again, the ground shakes and 2 of the eggs hatch. I'm gonna do this one right here, and then one over here hatches as well. All right, as 2 more little guys spawn into existence through the eggshells, and start hissing and clambering towards you. With that, we are at Lim. Everyone who you sent to go get things comes back. They are carrying shovels, they are carrying axes, and they have no boom powder, unfortunately.
They have what they have. All right.
So I'll get
It's
back
a
to
lumber
it.
camp, not a mining camp.
Right, yeah.
Alright.
Okay,
Got that
so
boom, boom, boom.
I am going to... talking is a free action, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to dash back to where they were, having the workers follow me, and I'm going to go, now is not the time to be prideful. If you have fought something before, you need to be part of the fight. But if you haven't, you will get yourself killed before anything else, and we need you to dig the rest of us out. Understood?
Stumpy goes, "You ever wonder how I lost my leg?" And he runs after you holding an axe, and the other 2 have shovels.
I've never met a dwarf that wasn't a sailor.
And yeah, they follow you. I say you make it back to the top of the hole, but that would be your entire turn.
Mm-hmm.
So move. Well, I gotta move all these guys too. And with that, it's gonna be Lix's turn.
War murder.
All right, give me 1 sec to group these guys and move.
Just start rolling now, you
Yeah,
know.
start rolling. I'm sure you're gonna be able to hit something. So
Yeah.
You stabbing?
you want to move? Damn it!
Yeah.
Stab.
You're at the top of the hole.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm stabbing.
Stabbing.
I don't know.
Which one are you stabbing? Just choose one.
I was gonna stab that one. It's not gonna work
What'd
out.
you get?
I got a 10.
Yeah, you go to swing, but Ron Harag is in the way. He doesn't get hit, but it's hard to swing around a Goliath. They're very large.
Just imagine you trying to stab it and it's like hitting my body.
I
Sorry. My leg.
am going to
I might have done this wrong. Give me a minute.
try.
Keep going. I'm talking to myself.
I'm gonna try to hit it again with my offhand weapon.
It's like point to
Ooh, that's 23.
23. You do hit. Roll damage.
Come on. It's a 2.
Did you roll your sneak attack damage?
I don't get sneak attack on my offhand.
Ah, that sucks. 2 damage. You take a glancing blow at the side of its head with the hilt of your blade.
Hell yeah.
Like you miss your first swing and you just come back and hit
Or
it.
it does say once per turn I can deal an additional 1d6.
I'll allow it. I don't know how
fucking
sneak
roll.
attack works. Sounds right.
I haven't done it yet this turn.
That's hard.
Okay, so that's an extra 5.
Nice. Yeah, so instead of hitting with the hilt, you just stab into it. Acid starts to flow down your blade.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's etching it with cool patterns.
Yeah, that's all I can do pretty much. So.
Alright, this thing does not look great.
Hell yeah.
With that, it is the beast's turn. The beast suddenly comes crashing through the ceiling, towing Kara in tow, and lands. Yeah, we'll land him over there. And then looks at all of you and goes, "Rrr," and then runs away and crashes through the wall and starts towing up again.
Well, bro's gotta
God damn,
stop
we can't catch the
going.
damn thing. Like,
Alright.
Deal with down here first.
Sorry. That's fine. With that, it is Roderick.
Kissed if we kill all its babies.
Run around.
All right.
The one in front of you is damaged. There's another one that's not at all.
Yeah. I'll go after the one that's already hurt.
Right in front of you. Can't miss it. Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
If you guys leave some alive, I can do more damage.
There's plenty. Alive.
Metagaming!
There's plenty alive.
17 does hit.
If
Do
they're
damage.
injured,
All right.
I do more
I'll hurt him. I'll hurt him real good.
I'm doing. Here I go killing again.
I'll kill him.
Let's see. That's do
3 is.
plus another 2, so 7.
Hey, Roderick, finish this little guy.
Oh. Just want to go for a nice, clean slice. Bring out my sword and just shing, and just right in half. Like.
Yeah, it's like anime style. It splits and then it just slides off as acid pools on the ground. And that one has been
Just flick that acid off my sword with a nice little.
Bopping him on the head.
And that is
I dodged
Tara, your new environment with friends.
Holy shit!
This is the first time you've heard Kara swear.
Look at the little hill.
Car, it's gonna be okay.
Really hurt. Yeah, I
Um,
thought I was playing it wrong, and I looked at it, and I was playing it right. That is how much damage you take if you get grappled by this thing.
Yeah, that is.
I'm not even playing it to its full anger potential either.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was brutal for me.
Yeah. And Kara takes the second to settle herself, and then what you guys see is she brings her shield hand to her holy symbol and then hits the warhammer against the shield, and it sounds like a deep cacophony of bells. I think one of you might have heard a little bit of it during our first fight.
I also used Toll of the Dead.
Yep, and then Toll of the Dead is going to hit.
There's 3 in there with you right now, and technically you don't know where the other thing is. So.
Yeah, so hit that one. Not necessarily near the rest of the group.
Alright.
It has to succeed a wisdom saving throw.
Let me look at his stats real quick. Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Stat boy. Where the fuck are the stats? Wisdom saving throw? Oh yeah, that's bad. Unless I just roll a nat 20, which I did not for once. I got a 2, so
Yeah.
it fails.
Yep, and then so it
close.
takes 1d8 of damage.
220, same number.
It's in the 20.
She's in there.
20.
220.
A lot of damage you did.
That's a lot of damage.
Not a lot, I assume.
Hey yo, that's a lot of damage.
One whole unit of
One
damage.
whole damage.
A loud bonging noise, I assume, happens in this thing's mind. It it starts holding its head like this, and it moves back and forth for a second, but then stops and then looks up at you angrily.
Yep, and that's my action.
All right, you got movement if you'd like to try to get out.
I'm gonna back up to the rest of my compatriots.
You feel, you see Kara join the fray. With that, whose turn? I keep losing my fucking... Yeah, Eon.
I'm gonna try and just throw another acorn at that one.
Go for it.
You know, I did not hit it.
Yeah, I feel like it just bounces off the cape while your aim is not super great. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm going to move out of the way. Actually, I'll stay there. Because the rope's right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll stay there. And I think that is my turn.
All right, top of the initiative order. Let me roll. No eggs hatch this turn. They shudder for a second like they're going to hatch, and none of them do. It is Lim's turn up back on the surface. With your 3 friends.
Between aliens and Starship Troopers.
So you said 2 of them. You'd like them to start digging, correct?
Yes.
So above you, you hear shouting, and then you see the hole starting to widen above you. It widens. How do you want them to dig it? Like just circular, around? Like what do you?
As wide as possible, so that like as they're digging in, we can see what's going on more.
Okay. Yeah. So they widen the hole. I'll say another 5. I mean, they're both digging on sides, so I don't know how that would work. I'm bad at
It's
math.
now a 15-foot hole.
Yeah, it's a big hole. You can see a lot. What would you like to do?
The first thing I'm going to do is acknowledge Stumpy. Like, well,
After you, lass.
after me, ladies first, right?
He reaches out and he grabs you and he gives you a kiss on the cheek and he jumps into the hole, axe raised. And, I'm gonna roll a luck check to see if he just smashes one of the ones below. He does not, unfortunately. That'd be so sick. But he falls into the hole, going yeah, and he lands on the bottom, and he will get to fight on the next turn, or on this turn. We'll let him fight after you decide. What
Fuck
you're
yeah,
Did you roll
Stumpy!
him?
Stumpy!
Loving Stumpy's energy.
What?
Give him an initiative.
doing. He's gonna share Devin's initiative.
Stumpy's
Okay.
got fire.
I'm gonna ask the other two. Do you need anything here, or can I go?
Go.
All right, and then I head down.
You fly down, and we'll let you position yourself and Stumpy. All right. Put yourself where you want, and put Stumpy where you want.
Okay,
I'll drop him on the map. You can just put him where.
I would just move in the middle of everybody.
Stumpy is right
And
here.
I figure, yeah, Stumpy would take an outward position, being more aggressive.
Like here.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right, cool. I'm gonna allow you also would have an action, and so would he. So I'm assuming you would like him to attack.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just roll in. Stumpy's getting a hit.
Oh, huge.
Somebody better hit, because it's not me.
Stumpy swings his axe and cuts off one of the bug's legs. It screeches in pain, taking 2 damage.
Would you say that Stumpy would be perhaps slightly closer?
Like to the bug? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just didn't
For no reason at all that I'm asking that.
All right.
He's got a
And you
melee
still have an
weapon.
action as
That's 5-foot range.
Yeah.
He's not a large creature.
I'm asking for a friend.
I'm gonna hit it with vicious mockery. Well, do I
See
have?
if you're
Do you
gonna
want
hit
to
him.
hit the
Yeah.
one that's partially damaged, or go for one of the ones we haven't?
I'm going for the one that's Stumpy. Yeah, is it?
How does
Because
Vicious
it's
read?
it's psychic damage.
Hey, bug!
It says
Your mother was a
target
bug.
within 60 feet that can hear you must make a
Yeah.
DC 14 Wisdom.
And you're good.
You're so good at
So I have to
insulting
make a DC
people.
14 Wisdom.
They don't have to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that fails horribly. So go ahead and do damage.
Okay, I'll roll for damage here. What is it?
Let me know what you say to
Your
them.
mother was a worm.
Fucking rude, first of all.
Okay, we got a 2.
Which one
So-
are you hitting?
This one here.
All right, gotcha.
So because it is more animalistic, I going less for an insult and more for just being scary. So I sort of snarl at it. Pathetic!
It kind of cringes for a second and then starts getting back up. But it does take the 2 damage. And with that, we are on the licks.
So I'm gonna run up.
So I'm gonna run up.
So I just started
I
blasting.
start blasting.
That was
That's a fade, bro.
So I'm gonna run up. That was
That was hard as hell.
it came out so natural.
Take my sword. I'm gonna take a swing.
Swang at him.
That's a 17.
That hits, 2 damage.
Hell yeah, brother. That is 12 damage.
Finish it.
I think I'm just gonna take my sword, flip it in my hand, turn around, stab it behind me.
Sick. You're not sure if it dies, but yet you're sure it dies.
dies.
Because you hear the as it goes limp, and Stumpy goes, God damn!
Ready to hit something, bud?
Run!
Right, okay.
Oh wait, actually, can I
Technically, you still
use
got
my
movement. Yeah, you
movement?
still got movement,
Yeah,
Sorry.
because I wanna.
Preemptive. Oh, it's dead. I'll take it out of the roto.
Here. What's a
30 feet, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
60,
say. Can
if
we
I
60. Oh, right, yeah.
get some measurements up in this?
You want me to
Rogue.
take the measurement? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's 5 feet per square too, if you want to do it that way. But I can also get the measuring to you somewhere. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck am I
Let
measuring?
me get like safely like right here.
Where? Yeah, I'll just trust that you're probably
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. That's
I don't even think you have
35.
to dash for that.
Huh?
I don't think you have to even dash for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, yeah,
I
you're
do.
good.
That's
you're
one
good.
over my dash, or one over my movement speed, but
All right, around.
Okay. So I can't reach another bug and attack.
You
Where are
can
you?
reach the eggs.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Hold on,
go
let
for.
me. How far away are you?
Right, probably about.
I can make sure you can
5
see.
feet.
You're from which egg?
You're
Yeah,
right next
I
to
was
it.
gonna.
Oh,
jump
go
for
for
the
that
bugs, but
I smacked it.
How far is that?
45 feet.
Yeah,
I called
Damn.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're about 15 feet from him, and 20 feet from him, and 40 feet from them. So you can get
Okay.
these two.
I'll go for the
Or-
closest one.
You try to do like a big swing in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go just.
If you go to the middle, yeah, I agree with that. If you go to the middle, you can get both of them one
Oh.
swing.
Yeah.
Pick it up and throw it at the other one.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you swing unless you really want to. It's
So
a stationary
follow the enemy.
object.
Okay.
Just roll for damage.
You roll for damage.
Let's see if we can smash them.
8 plus 3 plus 2. That is.
That's 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
13.
splatter these eggs all over the wall.
Probably Everly.
The
That was personal.
almost formed, like they were about to hatch babies, like twitch and try to like burrow into the wall, but don't have fully formed hands, so they can't.
Cut their claws off.
With that, Kara. Wait, no, we skipped the other guy's turn, the actual dude's
Those are
turn.
creatures.
Big creature turn. It's okay. We'll come back to Tom's turn because this is what I have before Tom's turn. It's just gonna grab one of the guys that's burrowing. Suddenly you hear screaming as the guy is grabbed and pulled into the dirt. It's gonna be Aaron.
We need to stop this thing from digging.
You do notice that the hole is wide enough that you can see the underbelly of it when it goes to grab it, and you notice that the underbelly is a different color than the rest of it.
Yes, it is. I did good.
Great painting job, babe. And then it was Tom's turn. They slashed, and now we are down to Kara.
Yep.
What's up?
Did he run back in the wall?
Yeah, he grabbed. So he popped up for a second to grab one of the dudes, but he had to like lean pretty far over because the hole's super wide now. So when he leans over, if you guys look up, you can see that it's a different color.
But he's still there.
He
He's
burrowed down and he grabbed one of them, and you can hear
it
him
takes
moving
2
through the wall.
turns to get underground.
Yeah.
2 of the creature's turns. I am going to cast a healing word on myself.
Okay.
So you guys hear Kara muttering a prayer under her voice in a soft light. And the faint smell of sea salt occurs around her, and she heals
Super odd in the underground right now.
She heals for a D4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
Roll it. Heal yourself, my friend.
Question. For hold action, does that roll through initiative rounds?
What do you mean? Did you get another one?
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 healing?
For healing.
It would be 3.
What do you mean?
If I were to hold my action until I saw the creature, but that won't be till next round, would that be my action for
Maybe the next
round?
time you see them. They would count as your action for this round. It would be the next time you see it.
So I'd get basically 2 actions.
No, they would
next
count
round.
as your action
For next round.
for this. I don't know how the action works, I guess.
That's what I'm.
Because
That's what
you're
I'm
giving
getting
up
at.
your action now to do something later. So would it count for your action later too then?
That seems.
Seems silly.
No.
So I think what it would do is it would trigger on the creature's turn,
And then.
and then you would get your turn because you're after.
Yeah.
Like
we'll do it that
a
way.
riposte.
Yeah, we'll do it that way. Is that how you're doing with the heal?
Yep. I got 3 healing.
Small cut fixes itself on your face.
Yep. And then I'm going to cast a Sacred Flame on one of the other creatures.
There is 2 in the corner and eggs.
Yep.
You
So
decide.
one of the 2 in the corner must succeed a Dexterity saving throw.
Pick which one.
The one closer to us.
They did not. That's a 5 on the dice.
Yeah. And then
I'm rolling
they
low,
take
guys. You're welcome.
they
Thank
take
you.
1d8 of damage.
Roll it. Merker.
That is 6.
What is a Sacred Flame, you said? What's Sacred Flame look like?
Again, still holding the thing, she points her warhammer at it, and a burst of that golden light. It's very similar to the one from the funeral rites. Flies out and then lands on the creature.
And it
lights
like
it.
envelops it, and then suddenly they're burning, essentially. Alright. With that, I think we're on Ian's turn, right? Unless you want to do movement.
Nope.
Yeah.
I would like to hold my action till I see the creature.
Okay, so the trigger is you see the creature. Cool. Top of the initiative order. Let's see if anything hatches. They do not. Crazy. Odds. And we're at
Is that one on fire dead yet?
Yeah, it's just cool. It's just on fire. It's not
Okay.
on fire.
I,
It's
just
cool.
wanted to, I was wondering.
The
if
bones
it
are
was-
burning.
It's definitely on fire. It just looks cool. Alright.
It's a hard
Your
boiled
go,
egg now.
and your minions go.
Tasty.
Okay.
Minion.
Oh, you still got the one above and the
He does
one
still
next to
have
him.
2.
So, Eon is geared up to attack, right? Like,
You
I've-
can see me like.
I'm gonna give you an insight check. If you get a good
Focus.
insight check, you can tell what they're doing. If not, they just look like they're looking up
okay.
because they didn't communicate what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just roll an
Let me
insight
see
check.
how obvious that is. How's my insight?
So like anything above a 10, you'd probably understand they're lining up for an attack.
Damn it. 7.
Yeah, you don't know what Eon's doing.
Okay.
No.
Well, then I don't know if the party is like geared up to attack this thing. Okay, so I'll deal with what the threat that we know is at hand here. Do I have to move first or?
You can move them. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I figure I'll have
Stumpy.
Stumpy dash into combat.
Yeah.
Cause like yeah,
He
would
should
have
be able
to-
to make it. He should be able to make it there, not even dashing.
Oh, okay,
attack
cool.
that guy.
Yeah, go and attack that.
Dude, Stumpy rolled another 19. Stumpy
Hell
hits.
yeah.
Yeah, you stumping him.
And then he rolled a 1 for damage. So
Yeah.
he gets all the way there, and he's out of breath because he only got one good leg. He swings his axe lazily and embeds into the. It chips away part of this exoskeleton.
Okay.
And you still got the one above. Do you want it to dig more? Milo's digging.
If he's still digging, yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna-
Milo's digging. You hear vicious shovel scrapes as the hole widens up another 5 feet. So it's at 20 feet now.
Let's.
Huge.
Wide hole.
Big asshole.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I can do with that.
Guys are
That might
really
be
quick
useful.
at digging.
Really?
They're really
When
in
there's
shape.
nothing below you.
Yeah, they're really in shape too.
Or when you're digging a hollow ceiling out, it's more just knocking chunks off and less
Yeah.
real digging.
I'm gonna try something.
Oh no,
Ooh.
Okay.
that's
Making
never
sure.
good.
For you.
Druidcraft I can cast within 10 feet. Okay, I have an idea. Sweet, I'm gonna get behind Stumpy here. And I'm gonna place a hand on his shoulder, like pulling him back towards me, and I'm going to cast Druidcraft on the bug to make it smell like a wounded human.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Does Druidcraft do any smell?
Yeah, it can do natural smells.
Okay, so like decay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Decay,
like
blood.
well, more like blood and sweat.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
like a
yeah.
fearful animal.
All right, yeah, that's super smart. Yeah, I'm gonna let you do that.
Okay.
It goes off without a hitch. Druidcraft happens. The bug starts like smelling, and, like starts looking at itself, and like starts licking itself, and then the other bug starts chittering and looking at it, and starts like wandering towards it.
Nice. I guess that's all I can do.
Hell yeah.
That'd be Lim. Licks.
You already know
Okay.
what the fuck is going on.
Stabbing maybe?
Stabbing?
Little stabbing.
Using swords, doing things. Hit the whole table.
Take out the whole table. Fuck it. The smelly bug.
Oh god.
The
The
titties are
stanky
swinging.
bug. The titties are
Swangin'. We got Teddy swangin'.
That was a shitty ass fucking roll. That was an 11.
Does not hit.
It's okay. That's why we have 2 swords.
And
Classic.
you're within.
That's an 18.
That does it.
Woohoo. That's 6 damage.
6 damage. All right, this thing is not looking great. It's hissing. It smells like sweat and blood, and then now more acid.
Hell yeah. That's my whole turn.
All right. After that, it is the bug's turn. Bug comes crashing through the ceiling. I want him over there. It's crashing through. I want him in the corner. Put him in the corner. Yeah. Crashing through the ceiling, dragging our good friend Aaron with him. Aaron is definitely dead. Could not handle that amount of damage. Aaron's body hits the ground. The bug hisses at all of you. And I need to check something really quick. Alright. Do not hate me for what's about to happen.
Don't I get to go?
No, the bug goes. What?
My
Oh, you
action
see it.
triggers
Yeah,
when
you
I
see it. Yeah, go.
So I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at it, which is a ranged spell attack, which was a 16 to hit. And that does 3d8 damage of my choosing. Leaning towards fire
Okay,
damage.
go for it.
Let me find some d8s. What are those ones?
They're the
Or the,
diamonds.
yeah.
If you want to roll mine again.
Oh, no.
And also.
That is... Ooh, okay. 16 damage.
That's a big hit. What does this look like?
You see me focusing on the ceiling, and the second he comes crashing down, this big blob hits him, and it just erupts into fire.
Yeah, this thing
It's not acorns, but it's definitely something.
did 16 damage total?
Yeah.
Nice. This thing takes a massive hit and shrieks in agony and looks at you angrily. And you brought this one yourself, girl. Alright, so I'm gonna need Ron Haran and Ian to make a dexterity saving throw for me. As this thing lurches up on its four hind legs and belches a line of acid straight at you guys.
18.
All right, cool. You save,
Not very good. That was a 15.
and you also save. So you guys are gonna take half
15
damage.
solid.
Half damage on 3d6.
I'm surprised.
So
3D.
Yeesh.
Do you
where
want
is?
some
I need some
D6s?
d6. Yeah, you want to hand me some d6? I need 2. I just need 2. I
I got a lot of D6s.
don't want.
Rogue shit. Rogue
Alright.
main shit.
I'm not lying. I need you to see this.
It's 360.
It's half. It's half. It's
6.
655. So 16 half, 8 damage
8
each. Acid
damage.
damage.
Jesus
Comes shrieking
Christ.
through, hitting both of you in you're covered in acid now. It burns. It stinks. There's like decomposed body parts as it spews it out of its mouth, and it screams at you guys as it's reared up on its hind legs, and that's gonna be its turn. And with that, it is Ron.
All right. So it's about 60 feet away from me, right?
No,
No, it's like
it's like 30. It's like
35.
35 feet.
Yeah.
But it's large, so it takes up a large amount of space. It takes up that amount of space.
Can I reach it without dashing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. You have what, 40 feet?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It's because he's big.
Yeah, but he takes big steps. Me and him shouldn't have the same amount of distance. He just doesn't
Yours
make
is
sense.
40?
No, his is only 30.
Oh.
Most
That's
people's
what
is
does
30.
Yeah, that's.
But he's big.
Unless
All
you're
right,
like
let him take his turn.
All right.
A wood elf is 35.
So I'm gonna use the inspiration you gave me earlier.
Kicking my own ass. All right.
Yeah.
That just gives you advantage.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
All right.
Wow. Maybe don't use those.
Yeah.
Already rolled them, yeah.
No, I mean next time.
Yeah, no. My max is like a 12 there. So.
It does not hit. Its armor class is higher than that.
Okay, I'm gonna use action surge.
Okay.
Good idea.
They choose different dice.
Better.
15.
15 does hit.
Okay.
The Goliath steps up toe to toe. Winds up for the swing.
Does he hit?
He does hit. He does do
Yeah.
damage.
Or that's 9.
All right, 9 damage comes raining down into this bug champion. It looks fucking rough after that massive swing. Tell me how you hit it.
I want to just start going like right at its, legs and stuff. I want to try to limit it.
Yeah,
as
you're
much as
cutting
possible,
legs.
so-
It's hard to hack through. It's very thick compared to the younglings. And with that, it's Kara.
Kara, having heard this behind her, is going to turn around and do that same Toll the Dead again at the big thing. And because it is missing health, if it hits, it'll deal 1d12.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
I rolled so low. You're good. 4. Yeah.
Alright,
I think it has a -1 wisdom too, so that'd be 3.
It's the 12. Yeah. That is 5 damage.
5 damage. Not looking great. This thing twangs him right in the mind gobble skull. I don't know.
Yeah, bud.
And it does not. It
Screeches
screeches and wanders backwards and hits the wall. It starts hitting its own head on the wall a little bit. Try to get the sound out of the way. Eon, unless you want to move.
Well, I was going to use
Oh, sorry.
I forgot I had another turn.
a bonus action for healing word.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which of these two looks more messed up?
They should be able to tell you.
Yeah.
I have 3 health. Though I still have a reaction for my it's metagaming, but I have Stone's Endurance, so I can make a D12 kind of resist that much damage. So I at least have probably 1 more hit left in me. Yeah. So
I'm gonna see Ron Haran covered in acid burns and cuts, and utter a prayer to you. And you're going to glow a little bit and feel or smell a little bit of sea salt. You want to roll your own D4.
okay.
I don't care if you use that or another one.
Hammer time.
This thing is cursed, dude. That's a 1.
You feel slightly better.
Yeah, that is 3 health back.
Got you. Well, that at least helps.
That it's Eon's turn.
I accept it, but it does put a little bit of a shudder through me.
I'm gonna come stand just behind Ron Harag and reach my hands around him, and then I'm going to cast Burning Hands because fuck bugs.
You gotta touch it.
No, I don't.
Burning
15-foot cone.
Oh, it is? I thought it was a touch spell.
Oh, that was a touch.
Burning Hands is a touch spell.
I thought so. It sounds like
sense.
one.
As you hold your hands with your thumbs touching your fingers spread, a thin sheet of flame shoots forth from your outstretched fingertips, and each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dex saving throw.
I've always known it to be a touch. I
Yeah,
agree.
no,
If
that's
you got
fair
the
enough.
card, you can roll it.
up.
I touched myself.
So
That's
it's-
what it says.
Okay.
It's
Ranges self.
like a mini
Alright, go
cone of
for it.
flame.
Yeah.
It has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do I have to beat?
My spell save DC is only 12.
And its dexterity is +0. I got a 10. It does not save.
Burn it.
Burn her. This is a her. Mommy.
Mama.
Brood mother.
9, 10, 12.
Eon, finish this bug.
Hell yeah.
There is a fiery inferno flying from my fingertips for too long after this thing is dead. It is extra crisped.
In the
Might be glowing red a little bit when I'm done with it.
in the silent night, the air is crisp. This cave lights up with fire. and the whole cave is just lit up as you guys all turn and see this inferno pouring into this monstrous abomination of a bug that has taken too many lives. As Eon finishes it. There's one last screech, one last pile of acid, and it drops to its side, burnt to a crisp. There is still, and then that ticks over to the next thing. The last egg is going to hatch. So there's going to be 3 bugs left, and they're going to attack because it's their turn. So let me do that really quick. I'll get them positioned, and we'll get her attacking.
It's time to get hurt, finally.
They're waiting for you,
Where's my
cowboy.
copy?
Oh, yeah, they are.
All right, second gun.
Are any of them
This
gonna
hatches.
attack?
I'm at
and,
full health. Let's fucking
one
do
of them's
this.
going at limb. One of them's going at licks.
I was
And
gonna
one
say,
of them's
any of
going
them go
at
against,
Stumpy.
Any of them gonna go against the one that smells like hurt human?
I forgot about that. Yeah, actually, they are definitely going to be going against the hurt human one. I totally forgot about that.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
call. They're all going to go against the hurt human guy because that's what they smell. So.
And then just the one.
I'll be honest, they're just going to eat that guy, and that's going to be their entire turn. So they're dead.
Fuck
and
yeah,
they
brother.
just are kind of there standing.
Hell yeah, brother.
Your turn. And
Okay.
your guy's turn.
Well, I'll go ahead and have Stumpy swing at the nearest one.
Stumpy.
Stumpy.
He does not hit.
Damn.
He's like more
He's
fascinated by
gassed.
watching it get like eating the because it was a free hit. You know, actually that would be with advantage then if it's a free hit. Now it hits. And roll damage. That's max damage 6. Stumpy comes right over the top and hits it in the head. It doesn't die, but the axe is stuck in the exoskeleton. You want the guy to keep digging above?
No, I'm gonna yell up at him to Milo, rope.
Another rope comes flying down. There's still the one that was already there. So that is 2 ropes and a 25-foot hole above you.
We're gonna need people to be able to get out.
Yeah.
You gonna kill the other one? I think it's
Well, you,
Yeah,
It's
you have
still
a
your
turn.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
have to do whatever still.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna vicious mockery the same one that Stumpy attacked.
Go for it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I do it.
Yeah, you have to do yep,
What's the save?
14.
I got 13. So
dang.
14 on dice minus 1. So
4 damage.
yeah, nice. That actually kills it. So go ahead and
Hell
finish
yeah.
it.
I'm not even like taking it seriously. It just hatched. It ate its own spawn, and then it got thwacked by a dwarf. I just look at this thing, and I go,
It just falls over. There's no show. It just falls over. Dead. That'd be licks.
Stumpy thinks he killed it.
We're
He's
gonna
raising his axe.
we're gonna commit more murder here for you today. Is there any discernible place that I could hide?
somebody's next to you though.
They're not within 5 feet of the enemy, so no, that does not apply, unfortunately. Hey, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, no,
you
you're
know?
not wrong.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
Are there any shadows?
No, you think you're filling up the whole
Like a-
thing?
a
Yeah, you
big
gotta have this
stalactite.
thing cranked to 11 right now. There's no darkness.
That is going to be a 24.
To hit? Yeah, you hit a little bit. It's just a little
tiny
guy,
bit.
dude.
Barely made it.
9.
That is a lot of damage, but it does not kill it.
Max on the die, and guess what? We got 2 swords, guys. Come on.
I feel like if you don't do a weapon a rogue, you're stupid.
You gotta have dual weapons. Ooh, that's a 13.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, let's go.
That's a 12 armor class. Yeah.
Huge.
Nice save.
4.
Finish it. The last guy.
I'm gonna step up, just put my boot on its back, stab down, cut its head off, kick it to the side.
Fucking yikes. And with that, we're out of initiative.
I'm gonna go poke the charred bug.
You poke it, and acid bubble like oozes out slowly, drips to the floor.
Don't touch that.
What if it's useful?
It's not gonna be useful. Just don't touch the
You
acid.
burnt it to too much of a crisp. I don't think we're gonna get anything
Eon,
from
do
it.
not touch the
Do not
acid.
eat it.
Milo goes, "Is anyone alive down there?"
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up to Milo.
He looks
Break the news to him.
rough. Like he's been digging a lot, and he's been woken in the middle of the night from being drunk.
Right.
And he goes, where's oh fuck, what was that guy's name?
Tim.
Where's Tim?
Are the ropes tied to the tree?
Yeah, you told me.
They're
What-
secure. There's 2 secure ropes.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Was Tim Milo's like?
Nephew.
Tim was Milo's nephew.
And
Aaron
his
was Milo's
sister.
brother.
And I'm just, yeah, your sister's gonna be mad.
So yeah, you just say sit down, and he sits down, and I feel like all you guys hear from below is no. As you want to climb out, or what do you guys want to do?
Well, yeah, I don't want to stay here, but I really don't want to.
Is there
I'm
anything?
gonna give it a minute. You know, maybe 5-10 minutes for the
We should try and get Aaron and Tim's remains.
Arlo.
Who?
Isn't it Arlo?
Aaron?
So
That
great.
makes sense
It's
for-
so
yeah,
great
no.
that you don't know their name because that's so Eon. Like,
Yeah, I just
Arlo.
for sure named him
What?
Arlo.
Aaron, I don't know.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Do a nice
Aaron.
like, big ol' yawn and stretch. I'm like, all right. So, anyone want to go back to bed now, or
Yeah, I guess it's only been like
I need to take
Couple
care
minutes.
of these,
Yeah.
these poor souls.
Yeah, let's get these bodies out of here.
They don't deserve to rest down here.
No.
I would say with minimal effort working together, you can get what's left of Tim's body out. You do move a couple rocks and you find his legs, but they've been chewed to shit and there's no real discernible reason to grab them. So you grab the upper half of his body and you grab Aaron's crumpled remains as well. He's been crushed. Less acid, more crushed. And you get them out of the hole and back up onto the land. At that point, when you bring them up onto the top of the land and Milo sees them, he crumples into a heap, screaming.
I'm gonna kneel down and put my hand on his back. Try to be comforting.
I'm going to get ready for their funeral rites. Please watch Milo for the time being.
He is just inconsolable. Like,
Yeah.
they lost his entire family in one night, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Kara's gonna lay them out, take a rag and kind of clean their faces off a little bit, close Tim's eyes,
Half of it. It's like
and
a you know?
and then get up and go over to Milo. Is there anything you'd like to say before I perform the funeral rites? I think they would appreciate it.
Okay.
I pull him up to his feet as best he can.
You can do this.
He's looking over the corpses of his nephew and his brother. He goes, growing up, me and Aaron didn't really get along. He was always kind of an asshole, honestly. And when you met Tim, I mean, we didn't have to go like that. He says,
They didn't deserve it.
They didn't deserve it at all.
when my dad left us the camp, he left it in Aaron's name, not mine, because I didn't want to be stuck here. But Aaron always said if we just keep working, we'll see everything. We'll see the world. Now he'll never see anything again. What a fucking dick.
And,
It's up to you to see it for him now.
He just shakes his head solemnly.
and Kara's going to go to them and perform that same funeral rite. 2 sparks will come down and burn the bodies.
And like, as the sparks hit and the ashes start to unfeather into the wind, I want to say like they start to blow, and the first rays of dawn hit the ashes, and they fly off into the distance as the new day starts.
Maynard will take them both on a great journey across the seas.
That's where we're at.
We need an opening theme and a closing theme.
I have one. It's not doing very good.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
ValorBound is a Lost Cause Media production.
Lost Cause Media.